Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Was that Thunder, or is that the little Asian baby upstairs that runs around a lot?
I don't know.
I don't think it's Thunder.
The Asians moved out a long time ago. We got new neighbors.
Well, then who's upstairs jumping around?
A new family.
Oh, okay.
I met them the other day.
They're trafficking. Do you know we traffic people upstairs? Did you know that?
So we're doing a WIFECAST today.
Yay!
Andrea, Dennis, and Crystal Vann's here. How you guys doing?
Good.
It's also being recorded on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
No different. It's just, pretty much the same, but it's a weird one. 49's a weird birthday. That is definitely one you can't say I'm not old. You know, the other ones you're like, I don't feel that. It's like, nah, 49, that's old.
You're tapping on the door.
Yeah, I'm knocking. I'm like, who's in there? Grim Reaper, are you here? Hello? Anyone there? Who's in there?
I met you when you were in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But 50, I mean, like, you don't seem like
I look 50. You were going to say, you don't look back.
No. You don't act
You
like
look 60.
You know, like back when you were younger, like when my dad turned 40, they gave him this whole like over the hill thing. It was like a big thing.
Yeah.
But now you're in your 40s, like even 50s, you're like, you know.
I think that's because we're here.
Yes, yeah.
Did people didn't give you like over the hill walkers.
No, I
and,
didn't
like,
get
made
any.
a whole
I got
over
no
the hill
gag
thing.
gifts. That is true. Like I don't think I'm nerdy enough to get those gag
Right,
gifts
it was like
because my friends would have had to have been nerds to buy me that nerdy shit.
But I vividly remember my dad getting that in like his 40s, like you're over the
Yeah,
hill
but your
now.
dad, pardon,
Like,
but
it
your
was
dad is a
funny
nerd.
then
In the 90s?
and now it's
Yeah,
dorky.
it's kind of effed out, right? Yeah, it's dorky.
Do they still have those sections at like Party City?
Yeah, oh yeah, that stuff is still there. But I'm telling you,
Party
you guys.
City, Andrea, have you been out lately?
No, she doesn't
I
leave
work
her
from
house.
home. I live in the bubble.
Party City closed like 6 months ago.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
Joanne closed.
God
too.
bless Party City too.
Now I gotta go to Hobby Lobby.
I know.
You better not go.
And
Try to
give-
go on a Sunday.
What are your thoughts on Hobby Lobby? You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love going in there.
Where else can you go and
I
find
hate the line.
109 different sizes of Eiffel Towers at Hobby Lobby? They have every size of Eiffel Tower you could ever want.
I go in there, I'm like, not my hobby. because it
my
has
lobby.
no RC cars, no anything cool.
But you know what it does
bunch
have?
of shit.
It has a bunch of cardboard letters that are unpainted you can buy.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
It should be craft lobby.
How about a horn? How about a horn that's not really a horn, but it looks like a horn that's been roughed up to look like it's an old horn?
You know,
That's pretty cool.
In fact, none of anything
I'll go to
in there
Michael's.
I would consider a real hobby. Crafts.
What are you talking about?
Crafts are hobbies. You can put
Painting.
together.
Painting's
Oh
a
my
hobby.
God, those are all hobbies.
Art's not a
Sewing,
hobby.
Well, you're not
decorating.
exactly the guy we go to for hobbying, you know, like he's
You
got
hate
one
fun.
plants. And then when I ask him, I'm like, you care about your plants? He's like, no, I don't. If they all died tomorrow, I'd just start over quietly. I'm like, okay.
My complaint about Hobby Lobby is their party section is not big enough.
Yeah, well.
Like if there's no Party City, where am I gonna get my party stuff?
I know, I agree with you.
Online?
You have to get it online.
No, then it always comes.
And then you
3
have to type
inches.
my favorite thing
I
to
thought it was
type.
3 feet. It comes 3 inches.
Oriental Trading. I love typing that.
The only thing
The only place you can still say it is online.
The only thing I like about Hobby Lobby is their political views.
You don't even know what they are right now.
I heard something.
Yeah.
No, it's
All
their
right, I think-
religious thing.
Oh, I
There's
don't know.
not. I don't think. Well, maybe they have political. I don't
Well,
know.
I would imagine if they're religious,
religious,
they're
yes, they're-
probably anti-Pride Month. That's what I'm
Extreme
guessing.
religion.
Joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, during Pride Month, they only have American flags out. They
Yeah,
do
exactly.
Not have rainbow flags.
So we are recording this a little bit early because we're going to be gone next week.
Yeah, man.
And we're both going on trips.
Very
And,
different trip.
Well,
Very different trips, extremely different.
yours sounds more relaxing. You know, like more like an actual vacation.
Relaxing.
Relaxing for me.
Relaxing.
Relaxing for me and Dansby, possibly.
I don't know. I only hear it
Yeah.
from this guy.
Not really.
I don't hear from you.
Daniel
Well,
is going
there's-
to like chill out while I'm getting up at 5 o'clock every day to do hair and
hold
makeup.
on
That's why it's relaxing.
Hold on a goddamn minute. I too will be getting up. I don't sleep in. I don't even paint that fucking illusion because that's bullshit.
Whoa.
Not on my birthday. I don't lay in bed while you're getting
No.
up at 5 and
But
then I'm
are
like,
you
have
doing-
fun at the dance thing.
Are you doing hair, makeup,
I
eyelashes?
can't do it.
I know.
I don't do that stuff, but I will be up and I'll be cooking breakfast and I'll be there for moral support. But I'm limited in what I can do. I've
And
always
all
said
day I'm gonna
this.
hear dunk, 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 in a loud ass convention center.
Yeah, it's
for,
pretty
She
annoying.
dances every day of this convention. Every day of this
Yeah.
competition.
In fact, they added dances because she placed so high in one of the competitions that they're like, congratulations, you've been invited to open the entire festival. And it's like, well, you understand.
But she has to be there at 7 o'clock
Yeah,
in
you
the
understand
morning.
that makes
hair,
us have to
makeup ready.
get there like twice as early because she's in the opening numbers. So
But
yeah.
she's very excited about
Yeah,
it.
she is over the moon excited because to get chosen to open the thing is a very big deal.
But-
we will be up at 5. I'll have the scrambled eggs going. It'll be fine, but it's not going to be.
It's not a vacation.
It's
It's a
not.
family
Yeah.
trip.
Now, I will add back in because I do have the ability after that is all done and they leave. Yes, I can go back to bed. I will probably not be doing that. But if I wanted to choose to do that like a
Right.
real dickhead, I could totally do it. But I probably will not do that because
Would you feel bad about going back to bed? Because I would 100% get. I do every day when TC leaves to take the kids to school.
I
go back to
would
bed.
feel bad about it. Yeah.
Daniel,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't feel bad about like an afternoon nap, but I don't think he would like go back to bed.
Not
He
after
might.
no, not after that. I can't do that because plus I get too nervous for her going to these things. So like, once I'm up, I'm like, okay, the
I
nervous
build in-
energy's in me. I'm just gonna ride this anxiety all day until
We-
I find out how she did.
I've had to build in.
She's gonna do great.
Well, you're right.
Awesome.
See,
I'm
that's
nervous about
that's
it.
where me being irrational, he kicks in. He's like, well,
Yeah.
you know she's going to do fine. And regardless of whether she places or anything, she's having a great time. That is guaranteed. And he is right on that. And I hate the fact that you're right on that. But I won't be able to turn it off. I cry. Every time she dances, I cry. If I'm watching on TV, I cry. If I'm watching in the stadium, I cry. If I'm
What are
with
you crying
you,
about?
I don't know. I can't even put it into words. I just, when she
Yeah.
dances, I
TC,
cry.
It's something she loves so much.
Yeah, I just cry. I
But- so-
can't stop crying.
we don't have any days off, so we're driving
Yep.
10 and a half hours to Pigeon Forge to like be in an
Yeah.
Airbnb and a conference center. I had to build in one day so at least we could go to Dollywood. So
Yeah.
at the end of the week we will go to Dollywood and then we'll drive 10 and a half hours back.
And
That is not relaxing for Andrea.
no,
What
it
is for
not.
Daniel? That's what I was saying.
It can be. Let's go with
I
can
did get him a nice Airbnb. It's on a creek.
It
It's
is
got
on a
a
creek.
hot
Yeah, yeah.
tub.
We
It's
sit
got
on a creek in a
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
tub.
I got a creek at a
Is
hot
this
tub.
the
He's crying in the hot tub.
Did you go to this one?
No,
before?
no, no, this
Dansby
one's in-
was swimming in the water.
No,
That was
that's in
Georgia?
Georgia. This,
Yeah.
but I got the same because he loves that. So I had to get him the same kind of
I like
copy paste.
creeks. I'm a creek man. I'm little Danny Creek man.
So yes,
I like sitting next to a creek with my dog. I like, and then I'm monitoring how good my daughter's doing dancing, and she does fine. And then maybe I'll take an afternoon nap.
Why did they pick Pigeon Forge? It's just like centrally
I don't know.
located where all
No,
everybody.
so they do every other year. They do one out of state, and
Okay.
it just is where the competition, like the brand that our studio wanted to go to, where they wanted to go.
But is there your studio brands in different states? Or is it all coming from Florida? Like everybody's traveling from Florida to
Oh, it
Pigeon
No,
could be
no, no,
all
no, no.
over the
All
nation.
over.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There are, so we went to a competition in Daytona last year. There were 600 acts. So from all different, there are over 2,000 acts.
Yeah,
at
this is
one.
this is.
That's
gonna
how
be-
many like competitions. And actually, one of our friends, I don't know if you remember Brock, who used to live here, Brock.
He wrote a
Berryhill.
theme song that
He
you just
wrote-
heard. Like literally the theme song of this show that you just heard. That is a variation of something that
He
we.
lives
yeah.
in Tennessee, and his daughter is a competition dancer, and they're actually coming to this competition. So we're actually going to get to see them and hang
Yep.
out. And
Really?
So yeah.
Well, I don't know if Brock's coming because his schedule is pretty
Right.
significant. He writes songs for like Bradley Gilbert and
Kane Brown.
Brantley Gilbert, Kane Brown.
He was on Jelly Roll's album.
Yeah, he's on Jelly Roll's album. He's a
He's a
very-
real man. He
he's-
doesn't even go to these trips.
I
like
don't
that.
think he does.
They've got 3 kids
Yeah.
too, so I think he's got to like.
He
handle
also
the
has
other
a
kids.
he has a mega truck now. Like it's awesome. Yeah, he's like one of those.
So
country
yeah, so
western
there's
mega
like
trucks.
over like 50 studios from across the nation coming to Pigeon Forge. You know, last year there was probably like 20 studios. So this is just a bigger one. You know, next year we'll stay local. They just like to switch it up every year.
Do you feel like in your mind you're like, she better be a professional adult dancer
No.
with all this work?
I don't want her to be a professional adult dancer, but I see
what?
everything.
Well, I didn't mean to phrase it like that. You know, I like to do this for a living. Like, this all better be, your Tiger Woods dad, you're putting with him.
No.
You're like, you better be the fucking best.
There is a little part of me that thinks that.
That's what I would think.
I think that's more of a dad thing.
I
right?
see it as like it is giving her life skills
And
and
confidence.
like
No, I know.
team and confidence stuff. But no, I don't think she wants to dance professionally. I think she wants to she maybe
Well, not
stay
to
in
steal
that.
from Tom. Then why the fuck are we doing this? I mean, I'd be like, I could sit by a creek in Georgia that I like better than this fucking Tennessee creek.
You might like it. You haven't been there yet.
You're right. You're right.
No, you like the other one better. This is not
This
the
is
best.
why he's my business partner. He
Yeah,
knows.
it's
He
just
knows
what's
me.
up-
This guy really knows me.
Yeah, he can't get the closest creek's not going to be as good as the best creek anyway.
Yeah, but it's a massive competition. Some
Yep.
people even in the chat room are saying that for 2,000 acts, I mean, it also becomes
There's 3 stages.
Yeah, it's like there's 3 stages going on at the same time, and then
That's not enough stages. For
no, it's
2,000.
not. You're right.
It's for a whole week.
And they do them
I know.
fast too.
She's
Like
doing
as
one
soon
every
as
day.
one's coming off, one's coming back on. Oh, she'll do more than one a day. She'll do like
Yeah, she's just there every day. One day she has like 5 dances in one
yeah.
day.
I'm
I mean,
glad
it's nuts.
that I see the opposite of what my kids are, because it makes me not wish my kids were different than they are as much, and I'll explain. Because my sons are not really interested and motivated by
Anything.
anything. So they don't have this volleyball or baseball travel or dance travel or all this stuff that I hear other parents.
We're
and
not like a slave to their schedule.
yeah, but then but I'm like, like the other, we were making Tommy sign up for some club in middle school. He didn't even want to go to middle school to begin with. And I had to tell him,
I'll
I
just
was
work on the farm, Dad.
yeah. And I'm like,
Right? I mean, I would do that.
And they're like, you have to sign up for a club. So then Crystal finally settles. She's going through each one, like, this club. And he's like, no. And then finally settles on fishing club. Which
Hey, all
Right? They have fishing club.
That's
Sure.
awesome.
Yeah, Drake can help him.
There's only 20 kids allowed
All
in
right.
it.
Fishing club.
And I got him a spot.
It's quiet.
It's
Did they do the
quiet.
thing where they're
it's
like-
a loner sport. He likes
Yeah.
to do
Do
something.
they say get hooked on fishing club?
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they probably
So-
do.
And I figure like it's a smaller group, so like it's a good opportunity
Right.
to make friends and the type of people
he
who are
could
out
be the
fishing
next
or
Bill Dance.
Yeah. So, listen, the Vanns are known for their fishing. I've gone fishing with them a couple times.
What's he think of it?
No. Well,
Not his thing? All right.
we fished off like saltwater fish. Like there's an artificial reef under.
Okay, no.
Crystal-
Cece's
Hold
like
on.
we
Grandma's-
fished off in the salt water on this artificial reef. No, it's
a
my
dock.
grandma's
Hold
dock.
on, your TC voice was awfully mocking, and it was great.
It's under my grandma's dock where they're helping grow some coral and
Oh,
there's
cool.
fish under there. So you just drop your line in and you pull a fish up every time.
Oh, yeah,
It's like a game.
And then I'm running small hooks, so I'm catching everything.
Yeah.
Like little red snapper, like all
well,
this
let
fish.
him go and like enjoy it and learn the
okay,
process.
well.
Or are you going to try to? Are you going to interject and be like, they're not doing this right?
No.
No, we don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that.
I
mean,
hate
like,
freshwater fishing. So boring.
I meant it in that he needs other influence. He needs like another person
Yes,
telling him how to
okay.
do it and what to do. If we're
Yeah,
there, we're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
let him off the hook too much.
Also,
I see what you did
like,
there.
yeah,
That's
Paul,
good.
you like that?
We'll be right back.
anyway, so I'm sitting in when we put the kids to bed, I usually lay in the bed, and then that's the only time they talk to me because they want to stay up later. So they'll listen to me talk and tell them about discipline in the universe.
Discipline of the universe.
and
And then they start
Do
rambling.
you ever listen to any of these?
Why
Have
don't
you ever
record
thought to
them?
run
Yeah,
a secret
just-
mic in there? Yeah, so you could have some of these
No,
recordings.
listen.
Yeah.
So
Because I have a
Right.
feeling
You think I want
if we heard some of these things, you would be mortified of the confidence and the tales that he tells these boys.
So I'll tell Max how I think the strategy of getting better at breakdancing. I'm like, you need to work on this power moves.
So you're
at the top
giving
rock.
him like you're
Anyway.
saying this is what I would do
yeah, but
if I were Max the.
So-
he has a cool name now, right?
damage. Yeah,
Damage. I like. You don't like it? Max
It's
Damage.
not my favorite.
I liked it.
That's an awesome name.
Why did they call him
B-boy,
Savage?
B-boy damage. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't like savage. You like damage.
But I
Yeah.
look at him, I'm like, you're not damaging anybody when you battle them. So I don't really feel like it's a
Oh,
fitting name.
damn
my
it.
God, shots fired.
If
What's
you-
your big girl name?
I don't know.
If you ever die, he'll listen to this, and then he'll be horribly
I'm
saddened by
midget.
that.
You're dolphin teeth. let me see your head spin.
So,
Midget's too easy, right? I have to be like cool midget.
so I tell Tommy, we're sitting there having a conversation. I'm like, you know what? I'm super proud that you're doing fishing club next year, and that's gonna be cool to watch you learn how to fish. He's like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean?
So
He's like, what club? And I'm like, you're going to fishing club this year or whatever. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
It was like the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. And then he's
Wait,
like,
this
I don't
is-
even know what are you talking about. And he's like, the
So
fishing
he
club.
blacked out on the conversation like you do? Like,
Daniel, yes. So this
He
is what
did the
he
top.
did. He just wanted to end the conversation, so he went, okay.
That's fine.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
And I signed him up. And now he's like, I didn't know we were doing that. But I told him, this is a
Oh
lesson for
my
you
God.
in saying what you want.
True.
Don't like thumbs up and just, okay, sure, that's fine. Go along with what somebody else wants. Tell me what you freaking want.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you're going to get something
you're
else.
gonna-
Fishing club.
So
or you're forever gonna get fishing club.
Yeah. This has been an argument in the Vann household where Crystal wants especially me and Tommy. Max will say sometimes what he wants, but she wants us to tell her what we really want.
Yes.
Why would
What you
that
really
be
want.
weird?
We don't know.
Why do I
We
have
don't
to
even
guess?
know.
But you do
then
know
Not
you're
really.
just scared to say it because
You don't wanna-
you
yeah.
think it'll go against everybody else.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's what it is.
Yes,
If you just
100%.
said what you really want,
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but
but what was the but?
But I want what everybody else wants. That's what Tommy wants.
I think
and
that's a cop
understand
out.
it.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's true. I don't think anybody born into the world, like as a human, like as they're becoming, goes, I'm only affected by outward instances. I have no internal opinion.
Right.
I'm
and then
telling you.
So this is what happens.
No,
I guess.
but I'm telling you, you're wrong. It's
I
just you're
agree.
not used to doing it. You have no reps in sharing your opinion. There's an opinion in there. It's just you have no muscles in executing.
Do
your
you feel
opinion.
beat down? Like sometimes in the past you have shared your opinion and then you got beat down. So then you're just like, I have no opinion
It
now
could
because I
be
don't
true
want to
for
get beat
TC,
down.
but that cannot be true for Tommy.
Right.
Because all I've ever done is asked him to tell me what he wants.
We were born.
But he
And-
wants to like
Lady Gaga?
you
You have to say that.
Yeah,
Lady
it's
Gaga,
like telling me I'm not gay. You're like, how could you like sucking your dick? And you're like, I like it.
I
And
love
you're
it.
like, no, I don't accept it.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
love
telling
it.
you.
I love sucking dick.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what I want.
Yeah, but-
Tommy doesn't either.
But you should help me encourage him to say what he wants, because what happens is then I choose for him and it's not what he wants and then he's unhappy.
But what I would say then.
Well,
then-
that's part of it.
So if he's
part of
saying this isn't what I want, how can you say this isn't what you want when you don't know what you want?
yeah. But then you're
That's
like,
an
well,
impossibility.
well,
You
what
can't say, "Well, I don't want to do fishing club." It's like, well, what do you mean? Like you
Never done it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to want to do something. So you just want to do nothing? Is that
Yes,
Is that what he
that-
says?
that-
He doesn't say that.
Yeah,
or
no, he does.
I want
He
to
says
do
that.
what everybody else wants to do. Like, so wherever I'm at, I'll just do whatever else.
well, 20 other people want to do fishing camp or fishing club. So.
Yeah, but
I also,
I'm not there at the time. We're like, let's go fish. Everybody's excited.
Is
Like,
he-
okay. So, like now I'm like,
Okay,
oh
all
god.
right.
Hey, you know what's weird is that I relate to this so much, and there's got to be other people that were born wanting.
Norm
nothing.
says he's with you.
All right,
In the chat
Norm's with
room.
me.
Yeah, Norm
I
says-
knew Norm was.
Oh,
like,
there's
want nothing.
absolutely people like you.
Will
man.
Tommy
Come on.
have to show up early for this? Or is
I
this
don't
an
have a
after
clue.
school?
Oh, it's after school. That's why. He
how
hates
do
it
you
the
know?
most. Huh?
Is it after school?
Well, it's not. I mean, no one's getting up at 5 in the morning.
Well, no, middle
TC,
school starts at 9.
We
So
went to
if
cross
they-
country before elementary.
No, I guess you're right. I just figured they wouldn't be
You
fishing.
just
Hold on,
figured-
you're supposed to finish. I guess you're right. You can't, I guess.
Middle school is the best thing for early, like in fishing early in the morning. That's when you're supposed to, when it's quiet.
Well,
When
what do
it's-
you know about fishing?
That's when I see everybody going to fish.
Ah,
Yeah, I guess
headline
you
reader.
can't really fish in the afternoon. Yeah, the fish
Oh,
bite in the
so
morning and then in the evening. So
Okay.
you're not
so
doing
you just
it
have
in
to
the
go
evening.
like 7:30, 8 o'clock maybe in the morning.
Oh God.
Now, does he hear you say that?
Where's your pool?
Because if
God.
you're like,
can ride his bike.
I would guess too, if like he hears you say that.
No,
I mean,
no.
you can't not like.
Right.
I know that Maisie gets affected by the stuff that I say.
Yep.
If I'm like, oh God, we have to do that, even if it's something for her. But if she hears me say that, then I've already murdered the entire thing.
I
She wanted
totally
to do
understand
through my
that.
attitude.
But I will tell you that in the house we are very, very careful to just cheer on anything that they say they possibly could be interested in.
right.
Oh yeah. No, I tell you guys this, and it's funny because
Like if he had to get up at 4 a.m, we would do it. We'd be like, "Yes, Tommy, let's do it."
I'm
please."
pretending to be a different person in front of my son.
I think about that sometimes.
And then I have to wonder, like late long when we're both adults, they're gonna be like, oh, God, why?
Who is this person?
They're like, why did you pretend to be someone else? I'm like, I thought that's what, because no one wants to be like me, hating everything, doesn't want to do anything, like complain about everything, think they know it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be like me, so I don't be this guy's working out all the time, like talk about discipline. I'm like, oh yeah, fishing, get up there, it's awesome. I hate it. I'm like, should I tell him I hate it too? I'm like, let's do nothing. We want nothing.
So-
and then it'll be my friend.
Do nothing.
And they're like, that's what I want. That's what I wanted when I was a kid.
When they're older, they're going to do whatever they want.
True.
Which is probably going to be nothing. But at least while they're younger, we got to try to get them to do something.
So speaking of you hating things, why are you hating on going to Sweden so much?
I'm not hating
hating
on
on
it. No.
Is this a secret?
No, I'm not hating on it.
What
No,
the
I'm
hell
just-
are you trying
He just
to do
doesn't
over
seem
there?
like. No, he was
This
like.
lady.
He's worried about
He
the
said it-
travel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
bitching
who
about
wouldn't
that.
be worried about the travel?
He's
It's
also,
a lot of travel.
Have you talked about what else you're worried about?
No.
Would you poop your pants?
No.
Oh.
No,
But
nothing.
I'm worried about the. Well, not even.
Why are you trying to predict?
I'm not even worried
You
about
went to
it.
Paris. You've been to India. No, you went to India.
I would say that your guys are more set up to
Right.
for traveling than certainly
We
are.
were younger. We were younger then when we went
Yeah.
far.
Here's
distances.
Let me tell like a public service announcement to all
Please.
the people that are like, I can't wait to retire and then I'm gonna travel Europe and that's when I'm gonna have freedom to travel. You're not gonna want to travel because traveling as an old person sucks.
I would be so pumped if and the travel. It's because it's the destination once you get there.
I think it's just with the kids, like, we're going to leave on Thursday morning to go to the airport, fly 3 hours to New York. We have a 3-hour layover, and then we have an 8.5-hour flight to Stockholm. We arrive at 8:30 in the morning. Then we have a 3.5-hour drive to my cousin's house. And then we have to go to a festival.
Yeah, but they're older now.
it's
Like,
cool.
just-
I'm not going to sleep. You don't sleep on the
care about
plane.
the kids.
I'm going to be up for
Me,
30 hours.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be. I'm gonna try to get drunk and pass out on the plane. And then what happens? I did this in.
You
coming
would
back
have to
from
try
Hawaii.
to sleep on the plane, but I mean, I'm still excited for you guys because because the
Daniel,
one word
like,
you said,
he passes
family.
out on
The
planes.
fact that you said like that's so cool that you actually have like family members that you can go and then be with family in Sweden. I don't know, bucket list type stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
no, I'm excited about it.
unbelievable type stuff. Yes, is it going to be hard? Yeah, but going to Metallica was super hard on Sunday. But you know what? It was complete. I would say after doing something that I was like, oh man, I'm going to feel like shit the next day. I wasn't that bad, and I was super happy I did it. Like I was like ecstatic that I did it.
At the end, it's like, you never want to go to the gym, but
Right.
then you're glad you went.
Right. And then you do it more. But this, the fact that you're going to, what are the accommodations? Are you staying in their home? Like, how rad is that?
We're staying at their house for 3 days, and then we're going to stay in a hut with no electricity or water. You talked about this?
No, I haven't done
What a
that.
hut.
now we know why.
You're hutting it up. Okay, yeah.
We're going to an Ecologe.
Oh, I've seen this in the show 4 seasons.
The 4 seasons. We just watched the episodes. They
and
went to an
everyone
Ecologe.
hates it. The whole
you're
show is about
recycling
how
your
shitty
poop.
the Ecologe is.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
that's the whole
Yeah, you got to
episode.
recycle a bathroom.
All your
That's-
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and
did
there's
you pick
bugs
this?
everywhere.
Yeah.
And, and there's bugs everywhere, and the food's shitty, and
But
there's
are
no
they in
food
Sweden?
service.
fine because there's no bugs there.
No, they're in
Yeah.
they're in Mexico
Yeah.
or like Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
or
they're in,
something.
like, the
Oh
Bahamas.
yeah, I'm not gonna go to
The
an
beds
Ecologe
are-
in Puerto Rico.
The beds are like hard as rocks.
Yeah, it's like a cot with a sheepskin.
The goddamn Swedish guy is gonna be like, who had an alcoholic diarrhea?
We can't recycle this.
Don't pee on the sheepskin.
No.
Somebody shit Taco Bell from a plane into our recycled
Or
shit
compost.
pile.
Ecologe, Crystal. You're going to Sweden to stay in an
Who
Oh,
Ecologe.
the whole chat room is
Alcohol.
just the whole chat room is just melting with Ecologe people because, like, okay,
God damn
I'm
it.
not saying yours is, but Ecologe is a trope now in shows to show you how shitty to stay. Like it's like what young people do to,
You're not
and then
staying
old
in
people
that.
like.
You're staying in this.
Yeah,
They're staying in that.
Yeah, show the camera.
Oh, my God.
The hotel room.
You guys are. You were
It's a
just.
sick buzz.
You guys were just talking about how you're old and you want like nice things now, and you're going to an Ecologe now.
It doesn't have any running water, so you just get your drinking water from the creek. Isn't that cool?
I mean, it is cool
When you
but-
have diarrhea on the sheepskin
Yeah,
from the creek water.
It's cool, but I don't know if I do it. But I think it's
And
really
they have
cool.
a sauna floating in the lake. So you go to the
That's what
floating
you-
sauna.
Oh, that's cool.
And then after the sauna, you jump in the water.
This is something that you two do together. Your kids are gonna hate it. Not to yuck on your
there's
yum.
There's
but
blueberries everywhere. They could just wander.
When
My
I
kids
was
love
a kid,
to wander
when
the
I
forest.
was a kid, when things were shitty, I'd be like, if there were blueberries everywhere, I'd be fucking okay with this. But there's no fucking blueberries. This is a pile of shit.
we're
You have,
going
to, you have to cut your own wood for the fire to cook.
You'll like that. you like a speed of streak.
Oh, my-
But there's other people there.
No, you guys like this shit. You guys always do this.
Here's what I
you
will
go
like.
to like the red, you do the red rocks, and then you're like, hey, when we went to this old man's and he let us sleep in his barn. It's like, this is what you guys do. I think you like
Are
this.
you going to Stockholm at all, like the big city?
Yeah,
and to
yeah,
see
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Or just passing through?
Anybody
We're
can
going.
go to a city. Not anybody can live in a mud hut.
It is literally a mud hut.
Are you are you shitting in a like a hole, or
No.
do you shit in a
a
bowl and then
compost.
take it?
It's a toilet. There's a hut, a little like wooden structure, and it has a hole, like a
outhouse.
toilet, like an outhouse. And then the pee goes in the front and the poo goes in the back. And
Does
then
it
you have to
smell like-
put like mulch on top of the poo.
It won't smell because it'll be cooler, right? Wait a
the
minute! Don't
weather?
you hate pooping in the wilderness?
Yeah, but if I'm in a room with the door closed, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are the reason we have to have porta potties on the camping trip, and you're gonna go to Sweden and shit in a porta potty.
I forget other people are gonna be there.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh, well.
at least it only took me 17 and a half hours to get it.
I can sit down and have a nice big hot diarrhea in a mud hut.
and then cover it in mulch.
So we
It's like the camping trip, but
I wouldn't
further
cover
away.
it. I'd just have them charge me. I
Not
wouldn't
doing
cover
a
it in
commute.
mulch. I'd be like, what is it, $75?
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
leave it, you cover it. I'll pay it.
I also cannot believe that the Swedish people learned English. They know two languages. And Crystal thought because I'm like,
TC's fascinated by this, and I'm like, everybody in Europe knows English.
Yeah, they do.
Like
no,
literally
I know
everybody.
that. But could you imagine telling Americans they had to learn a different language? We'd be like, what the fuck? I don't even want to learn
Well, they
this
did.
one.
Like I remember in middle school and high school, they told me I had to learn it, and I said, "What the fuck?" And I
For
took
what
the,
reason?
I took the
English.
classes, and I just got out.
It's a number one.
Why'd you say that like in Italian though?
Number one, need the frat, the two in the bag.
Yeah, like I remember,
my God.
I'm like, how do you say thank you in Swedish? And Crystal told me, I'm like, too hard.
oh yeah, you gotta like.
It's literally if you just say thanks, it's tuck.
Talk.
Yeah.
I know fika.
Are you guys trying to
Fika, we're
learn?
gonna have a fika.
Are you trying to learn some of the language so you
No.
can talk
That-
with your?
It's
They got
very
phone
difficult. They have-
translator now?
They have a different alphabet too. Like they're A.
They're
There's like
umlauts in
10
there.
different versions of A. The letter A. That's too many.
Okay, I gotta see what the weather in Stockholm is. Oh, 64.
Okay,
so
so
it's gonna be beautiful.
So
64
Tommy,
is
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
gonna be nice
At
in those
night,
huts.
though, it
Yeah.
is 45 in your hut.
you
yeah,
put a
but
deer
there's
skin
a
on.
fireplace in the hut, and
In the hut?
Oh,
yeah,
I like that.
it's like okay. So Tommy started getting into watching Alone,
Yeah, yeah.
and so he was like, "That's
That's
really
not. Is it like Naked and Afraid, but you're not naked?
you're not naked. Yeah, you are alone by yourself. I think Naked and Afraid is that with two people?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
And
this
the-
is
I
like
think
you're
the-
by
yeah.
yourself. You're in the wilderness. They have to build their own shelter. They're there for like 100 days or 90 days.
They're
or whatever.
survivalists.
Yeah, they're survivalists.
That's
But anyway,
cool.
Tommy got interested in watching, and he was kind of fascinated by like living off the land. He
Okay.
thought that was really cool. So when I saw this thing,
Yeah, I get that.
I thought
yeah.
that's really neat, you know. And so we are going to go on a moose safari from there.
Whoa. I used to
And,
do that every Friday night at T's and Q's. The old Dennis Moose Safari. Yeah. Until I bagged my favorite.
What
moose.
happens if it rains?
We just gonna be wet, I guess. I don't know.
I have no idea what the weather's like. I assume cold
It's gonna be
because
nice.
of Sweden. I think
The
everything's
sun
cold.
will set. The
Yeah.
sun will set at like 11 p.m. It'll be awesome.
It'll be nice. Yeah. I think this is cool. I think this is going to be really good.
But will it be nice? I'm like complaining about the heat, and the guy's like, "Of course it's hot. It's a goddamn summertime here." So
Yeah,
it
go
gets-
get in the sauna, eh?
like,
Or
it
whatever
gets
they
hot.
say.
The high is like 75.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's
wild.
gonna be nice.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
gonna
going to be nice. That's
now,
going to be really fun.
When you're sleeping in the mud hut, are you still gonna go on like you gonna go trail running? What are you gonna run? Are you
I don't
gonna
think
still
there's
do
running.
your?
I want to
do some
I
swimming.
want-
You,
I
could,
want
do-
to-
you could get up early and do like an Arctic swim.
You know what? We totally could swim there. There's no like alligators or
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
up and do a nude Arctic swim,
Uh-huh.
then come
Yeah.
back nude sauna,
Yeah, I have all these
chop wood nude.
delusions
Can you be
of
nude
grandeur.
I
there?
don't think so. I don't
Are there
think
other
so.
people around your
There's
huts?
other people. There are other
Okay.
huts. There are other huts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not like you don't have like a private hut, like in a little
No.
I had a
secluded area.
Delusion that I was going to run in Central Park in New York when we went there. I was too hungover every morning.
And not only that, like you would have
Yeah,
had to. It was far, so you had to get there first.
Also, by traveling though, I can't imagine that over the day of traveling you're just going to get hammered. So the next day when you're in Sweden on midsummer, that you're going to like be hungover. You know, too much traveling.
Yeah, but you could imagine it.
Yeah, I mean, I do it. You don't get nervous like I have to drink to forget. Like when I'm on a plane, I feel like, wow, but
When
time
he
I-
drinks, then he takes Xanax
and then
he
Crystal
passes
gets mad
out.
and says like, "Don't Heath Ledger yourself." Or you texted Tom that one time.
Yeah, but once I'm on vacation,
Because I was hammering beers and Xanax like Heath Ledger. I was. She was looking out for me. I appreciate it.
any drink option, I'm choosing alcohol.
Right,
I was
right.
like, I'm on vacation. It's like, what would you
Oh,
like?
but I'm on a
What-
plane. I feel like my legs get all buzzy if I drink booze.
Do you guys get to do
Are you gonna
like
wear
all
compression
of
stuff?
the fun Swedish? Like, do you get to do a maypole? Do you get to do the
Oh, yeah.
games and
Yeah. So
like, the traditional food and
So
drinks? and-
midsummer is on Saturday, like that's the day of the holiday. I just assumed that the holiday celebration was going to be on the holiday, but it's actually the day we arrive. So after we get in and we drive to their house, then we go to the town festival, and they're going to raise the maypole, and everyone will be
That's
in their
cool.
cute little outfits, their little sweet.
And you guys are
love
going
it.
to be there. Or do you have cute
tired
little
as hell with
Yeah,
our
but-
freaking
It-
American.
reframe
24
it,
hours ago,
reframe it.
I woke up in my bed. 24 hours.
You got to
In fact,
reframe it. It's gonna be so
but-
like it's gonna be like that. It's like such a great reward when you get there.
Can you
Oh.
please dress the boys in their cute little outfits?
I would love to. I told them I showed them pictures of a little like yellow suspenders. I'm like, we're gonna have you guys wear these, and they
Yeah.
did not.
You can wear it to
Like
fishing
that.
camp. Wear your suspenders. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break, and when we come back, I'll tell you about the old mine that we're going to as well.
Well, hold on, they got one of those in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm going to because
Yeah.
my daughter has to go to this particular restaurant to eat breakfast. I'll talk about that.
Okay.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. We're doing a WIFECAST today. Real quick. So, are we going to the old mine before a stick house?
The stick house. Or we were calling the mud hut. The mud hut.
Yeah. Because the problem, too, is Crystal she's the planner.
Are there any buildings made of like modern conventional building materials there?
No, it's just all sticks.
Okay, sticks. Yeah, sticks and huts. All right.
Yeah, there's no electricity
Right.
wherever that
Are
we're
you
going.
talking about at the hut?
I mean, just like, are you guys
Or you-
planning on visiting anything that's like slightly modern while you're
like during
there?
our whole trip?
Yeah.
we're going
Okay.
to Stockholm,
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll be there
Yeah, Stockholm's
in the main city.
I mean,
amazing.
Crystal's family, they live out in the boondocks, kind of, but they have houses and everything. It's
Yeah,
not
but they're
like-
more like, would they be considered more like rural or farm people, or how
like
would they?
farm, yeah, like more farm.
That's cool.
They have animals and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
So
I
you
mean,
get-
they have electricity and water.
But would the oh yeah. But would the boys get to like be around their animals, or like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like here play with their goats? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
That's badass. Yeah, that's really cool.
They don't like that. They're not animal people.
They would.
I'm joking. I don't know. I'm just projecting. If someone's like, look at this goat, I'm like, okay.
So, Crystal, you've planned this down to like day.
Yeah, it
He's
was
grumpier
hard.
about this than I thought, actually.
I'm just fucking around.
Sweden is really big, and like I knew I wanted to go there because I wanted to see go visit the family, and the kids are old enough now. I feel like it's a good time for them to go. And so the grandmother died recently, and so I see the link between our families is fading.
Yeah.
Because eventually, like, when the next generation passes, then I don't know the kids as well as my mom knows her cousin, and so it'll just eventually fade. So I wanted to take advantage of it while it still exists and is strong.
Yeah.
So, but Sweden is not like an exciting destination, I would say. It's not like
It's not like where everybody wants to go to like Italy and those kind of
right.
things,
Like
They want to go to Switzerland.
Yes,
because that's what they see on TikTok.
Right. And so like the topography is not so incredible and it's humongous. So like the cool stuff is really far away from each other.
Yeah.
So I tried to plan as much stuff as I could without a 16-hour travel between one thing and another.
Right.
And so that was tough though, because there's like 20 other things I really want to do, but it would be a 6-hour journey this way and it's only to go see one thing.
Right.
Or there's a 9-hour journey that direction and it's only to go see one thing.
So you're having to weigh it out almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have public transportation? Like
yeah, they
decent?
do. And they actually have a night train. So one of the options was
on the night train
to take the night train up to Narvik, Norway, which is the far north. So you're like in the Arctic Circle, and then you're on the west, which is on the Norway side, and there we could go see some of the fjords. But it,
Oh
you know,
my
and you
God.
sleep.
Night Train's my favorite Guns N' Roses song. You
It
have to
seems
take the
awesome.
night train.
You sleep on the train, so like you get it's an 18-hour travel, but it's overnight.
You're
So
refreshed.
you're sleeping a lot of
Yeah.
the time. But the problem is on the way back, it's the daytime. So then I'm like, I don't want to waste a whole day coming back. It was just
Yeah, I didn't
hard
think about
to
that.
hard to coordinate it all. But I did find a spooky mine called Adventure Mine, and that will be.
Is it going to be like the fake rocks? Are you going to like pan for those fake rocks?
Yeah.
No.
we do. Oh, no.
It's a literal cave like that goes down. I don't remember how many meters. Was it 80 meters, which is 300 feet, or was it 300?
Yeah, it's over
meters.
300. It's like 300 to 500
wow.
feet deep
Yeah.
or something like that.
But there's a lake down there, so they have built a sauna in there, like on the
Oh, that's cool.
on the rocky bank, and then so you can swim in the lake and then go into the sauna down there.
How do you get down there? Do you have to walk down?
Yeah, you have to walk by like cables. You have to be like hooked into these cables.
Whoa, that's cool. That's
walk
a spooky
down.
mine.
You have to like walk down
Yeah.
like rebar. You know, you're like climbing down rebar.
Yeah.
So but I'm a little scared of that. I haven't booked it yet. Actually,
Well, if you're locked in,
I'm
right?
kind
I
of
mean,
afraid. To go
But
down.
no, not you
I
guys.
like-
They
See-
do concerts down there. They
But
have
if you're-
like
if you're
you know,
harnessed
Swedish
in-
metal.
Yeah, we love
They have
Swedish
wizard
metal.
metal concerts in
the
this
cave.
mine.
Wow, that's amazing.
In the cave,
afraid.
which I would love to see a
Well,
wizard
all
metal
those
concert.
skinny Swedish Swedes go. They go. You guys will be fine. They got
I'm
you
just
hooked in.
afraid of like getting stuck.
And then
down
do you
there
have to
forever.
climb back up the same
Yeah.
way?
They got an elevator.
Here's
They got
what
an
I like
elevator for the
about
way
it.
up.
I do like the fact because it's not a litigious society,
Yeah.
so they're running it looser than America.
That's
you
what
know?
I don't. I'm scared.
And like, so when you sign up, like they actually say it. They're like, "This is,
This is a spooky mine.
is an
You
old
can go
spooky
down.
mine.
They're like it's challenging. Like you got to
If
be
you get
hooked
stuck,
in.
you die.
Like there's one part where you're walking down, clipped in, and you're kind of like mountain climbing down, and there's rushing waterfall underneath.
That's cool.
And
You have to actually zip line across the water.
But like
In the
people do
cave,
this
and it's
all the
pitch
time.
black.
Is my point though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they do.
Yeah, you guys will be fine. That
Swedish
sounds
tourists.
awesome.
like I wonder how many American tourists do this, or they're
Well,
like,
American tourists
we
do
don't even have a
lot.
harness big enough. To
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Go get the big Carnival Cruise Line harness.
It's like the most obese man in 100 miles from here is to 210 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like we have never even seen.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
delicacies? I mean, what are they?
Oh, yeah,
what
you gonna
fish?
eat?
It's a fish.
It's a fish.
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, they're a fish
herring,
country.
herring, and their
Lox.
smorgasbord is full of sliced meats and
Crayfish.
fish, crayfish. Yeah,
What do vegetarians do in Sweden?
I
like-
eat cheese and bread there.
Yeah, there you
like
go.
crackers and cheese.
BDM did send me an
Cormax.
email. He's like, I got a buddy out there named George. He's got a boat. Here's his cell phone number.
He'll take your skiing.
We're just gonna call some guy.
Yeah.
I call
Call
him
Swedish George.
Swedish George. I'll take you around in his boat. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I told
He
Chris,
said
I was
he'll
like,
meet you at the metal caves.
I'm not going around some stranger's boat in Sweden. I'm like, oh,
That sounds awesome,
Yeah, but
actually.
he knows the local.
He's a BDM.
Yeah, but it's like I don't even know.
I'll take
I
you
don't
to all
know
the
him.
fjords.
Well, he's a friend of a BDM.
Yeah, I don't know this guy, and I don't know the guy who referred him either. So how am I going to make
We've never been done wrong by any BDM. And that's a Dan Dennis promise.
I trust them all with my life.
I trust them all with my life.
I'm not saying for safety reasons. I'm saying I'm not going to go ask a stranger who I owe nothing to and he owes nothing to me. We do not have any connection whatsoever to spend his time.
Oh, so you owe a favor to a
taking me
man
on
you'll
a-
never see again.
Yeah, a Swedish George like,
Why?
so how'd you meet Bill? And I'm like, who? I'm like, I don't even know anything. About
Take me around one more tube. Tube me around one more time.
I'm here for because of one email.
I have friends that moved there because of IKEA. So
Yeah. You
And
did
they're in Almholt.
Yeah, you did have some
They went
friends
to the-
that, and
the
you were going to
mothership.
go there at one point to train, but then you got out of the business,
I
right?
did. Yeah. I mean,
I
they're
remember
great.
you guys were going to go there at one
They're
point.
great.
We
people
won
to
a
work
trip.
for.
We
They're
won a
right.
trip to Sweden from Volkswagen when I bought my 07
I remember the
GTI,
GTI,
but then
We just never-
we let it lapse.
Yeah.
That honestly has probably more to do subconsciously, if I'm just being, because I've told that story before, but I'm glad you reminded me of it. I don't think I've ever told this part. If I had to tell you honestly on my birthday why we didn't go on that, I'm gonna guess that it was my fear of flying was so bad at that time that I just kept pushing it back, and that's my fault. And I hate that.
I'll
I
go
think
anyway.
I hate that I let that control something that I truly would have wanted to go. In fact, Cardigans were still together, and I love the Cardigans. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Like, I can say a Swedish band is like one of my all-time favorite bands. I love that band. I just think musically they're so beautiful. And we could have gone to see them. They were playing in Stockholm for like the 20th anniversary of
Landing on the Moon.
no, of what's the Gran Turismo?
Oh, yeah.
The album Gran Turismo that has
Daniel, if
oh,
you
God,
asked me,
that would be I see. I let my fear of flying fuck me over and ruin something that could have been great for me and Andrea. We didn't
can
have
still go.
kids.
We can go.
No, I know, but I'm just saying
May's down.
I look at that and I go like I look at that now and I go like, I wouldn't do that now. I would be like, fuck it, we're going.
I'm more scared of flying now than I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it's like parenthood or
I think so.
age or whatever, but
Or it's all in the news, all of the
I don't watch
issues.
honestly don't watch the news, so I don't know about any of that. I hear a little thing here and there, but that's not it. It's the I don't know. It's the
But if you're going with
turbulence
your
makes me
kid,
really nervous.
You're
I'm-
going with your kids, so if something were to happen, you would be. With
That's
your
why
kids.
That's why I don't fly without them. And then I said that to Bart, and he's like, "Oh, so you just want them to die with you in a plane
Yep.
crash?" And I'm like, "Well, no." But
No, see, I say,
I don't want-
let me
I don't
answer
wanna
that
leave
for
them.
you. Yes, I want my daughter to die with me, so I could
It's
see her
just-
last moments.
I'm just terrified. I'm like white knuckling the whole time, and then by the time I get off the plane, I'm sick with like exhaustion of just being terrified the whole time. I never used to be like that. I don't know what
Interesting.
happened to me.
Haven't you ever seen a Disney movie? The best thing you could do for your kids is die.
To die. Yeah, he brings that up a lot because it makes
It's
them
the ultimate
stronger.
sacrifice.
I mean, it's like almost like lighting the fuse to
yeah.
greatness.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is almost like lighting the fuse to greatness.
Well, you always want to give them grit, babe. So
So what's the breakfast place you're going to in Pigeon
All right,
Forge?
so if you're going to a spooky mine where you have to get hooked in, and then you go down 300 feet, and you see this amazing sauna down in there, and they have Swedish metal rock concerts down there. There is a place that I've been told I am going to, one of the first days we are in Pigeon Forge, that is a restaurant where they have engineered hundreds of animatronic chickens that will sing to you while you eat breakfast.
It's called the Frizzle Chicken Cafe.
Oh.
It is a wonderland of food and fun in Pigeon
that looks
Forge.
like a Fraggle Rock.
And you get, it says, prepare to be serenaded while you eat the most animatronic chickens assembled in the world.
Yeah.
You have to see it to believe
they put on
it.
it. You go in, and I guess you get your bacon and eggs, and then the animatronic chickens start singing you a show. And I've been told I'm going to this, and
Yep.
and there's no way out of it. Not that I would even argue. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds shit. I
Or
was
is it
like,
better than just an IHOP, right?
yeah, I
You're
was
like, whoa.
I was like, this sounds fantastic. I do love
seems fun.
I do love a good dinner
You're
show.
out in the South.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not very much. It's not very adventurous, but hey, we have
and then
limited time, so
Right. And then the other thing I'm sending him to, all the dads are going to go to micro wrestling at the Microtorium in Pigeon Forge.
I didn't want you to talk about that.
Oh my God, are you serious?
It's the
All
micro.
the dads are going to go together?
All the dads
Yes.
are going, and
It's professional.
we're going to midget
It's
wrestling.
professional wrestling supported
We
by
are-
an entire cast under 5 feet tall. It was
No,
founded
they're the
in-
best ones. That's the leading tour in America
Micro
right now
wrestling.
is micro wrestling.
And it's at the Microtorium. Our reality show, they have a reality show called Big Little Brawlers on Discovery.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do 500
My
shows
favorite
a
one's going to
year.
be there, Mini Ozzy Osbourne will be there.
And they have
He sings.
350 seat mini arena in
Yeah,
Pigeon
they have a
Forge.
mini arena.
So yes, so Daniel's going to have a great
They
time.
have a residency in Pigeon Forge. The midget wrestlers do. So I'm going to go to
Don't say the M word.
I'm going to animatronic. I can. I'm allowed. I'm allowed to say it. I'm going to the animatronic chickens, and I'm going to micro wrestling.
Now, lots of jokes.
Stark
here.
contrast. Stark contrast to your trip.
The micro wrestling.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand this. My trip, just as expensive as Tom's. The dance thing, oh my God. You have no idea. Maybe even more. Maybe more expensive than going to Sweden. You can see everything in Sweden. My trip for dance, animatronic chickens, and micro wrestling, twice as expensive.
Now,
$28,000 trip.
the micro wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Are you concerned at all?
They'll pull me in.
No,
Just when you
Or
think
that
you're
like
out,
you're walking
they
through the
drag
crowd.
me back in.
yeah. That
Like I'm carrying a beer back, and they're like, "Hey, you get
Get in the
backstage, get to work, motherfucker!"
Like it's an 80s movie. They accidentally
Yeah.
they grab
Right.
you and you go back.
Because with the beard, I almost look like I could be like an enforcer.
Yeah.
And the tattoos.
Wait a minute. Is that Little Joe in the audience? I heard
is that?
he retired 30 years ago.
He's a plant. And the ring is like
Oh, the chat
tiny,
room
too.
knows them. Actually, SJ knows, and he says they're a great promotion. He says they're really good. So yeah, I have heard nothing but excellent things because they are like the top tier little person wrestling like people, and they actually do
It'll
have their.
probably be a great show.
They have their own arena and everything. Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. But yes, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna lean fully in.
Okay.
So do you want to switch
I may
and
dress
go?
like a wrestler. I could.
I understand and believe me, the fact that like these guys are together.
And ladies, there's ladies.
And
Yeah, there's a
ladies,
lot
too.
of ladies. Yeah, those are the ones I like to watch.
And this is for their own benefit and profit. And of course, you support them. By not supporting them, you would be almost anti
Yes.
little person. But for whatever reason, when I see someone promote, micro wrestling or that event, they're like, hey, I'm going to have micro wrestling at this, and when I see it, I'm
You're
like,
like,
oh, don't talk about that.
Yeah.
That's my initial response is like, oh, you shouldn't do this. Right? I don't know why.
You know that
because
There's been some controversy about casting little people and I don't know, isn't there like some sort of some of the little people say you shouldn't portray us in this way, and then some of them say, well, we want to work this. I don't know how. I'm dancing around. I'm scared.
We don't like how you're portraying us and everything.
Oh, did
So you need to knock that off. We don't like how we're being portrayed.
Because I'm confused. Like, is everybody here for true support?
No,
No,
that's
like
I think that's the problem is
No,
that people are there to
we're,
laugh.
I don't
all
wanna
there
be-
to laugh.
Like, I don't want to be involved in the audience.
Are you asking
Like, I'm
me if
afraid
I'm
of the-
there because the wrestling is great and they have tricked me into believing that they actually have grudges and are fighting? Because that's not happening. I'm there to laugh.
So
I'm there to laugh at them waddling around the ring.
No, Dan.
I
No,
mean,
stop.
look, I just say the
Stop.
things that people are afraid. Like,
No.
you're thinking it in your brain. What's
No,
the
no.
difference?
This guy, this micro wrestler looks wild. He looks crazy.
Oh, which one is that? Is that the one that's a juggalo? Yeah.
Cisco.
Yeah, that one. I think he's
Psycho.
Psycho. It's Psycho.
Show the camera.
Yeah, that's Psycho.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, look at him, he's nuts.
It's just like I'm worried about being in an audience of people that want to go to micro wrestling. You see what I'm saying? like I'm worried about everybody else. Like,
Isn't this like the
are
thing
we
that the
supporting-
dads should go to? They should drink. They should have beers.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dads are gonna go there because they like to do.
I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, I understand. And you should be, and you should support micro wrestling because
I will never not support
it. yeah, but I'm just.
I'm the great. Some would say I'm the greatest supporter.
It freezes me anyway.
It is very 90s, and it's something that
I mean, Pigeon Forge is pretty.
it's
nice.
something that you think would get phased out over time, but it has not.
This
It
just
is-
opened. Their microtorium just opened.
Oh, is that what they call it? The microtorium?
The microtorium.
That's pretty awesome.
It is like going to a bikini contest. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel
Oh,
it's
so-
on the spectrum of Hooters bikini contest or Wing House bikini.
So
right?
if you're in the audience, you're not there supporting the girls in their hard work. You're looking at their tits.
Yeah, well, I've always there looking at their tits.
Yeah.
Like,
but
well,
they know that.
Yes.
So,
But
the
why- but
midgets know-
nobody's-
I mean, the little people know that too.
I don't think anybody's going there under the guise of let's support these guys. I think everyone is going there to have a good time.
Well,
Have
it's
a good time.
both. It's
Fun.
let's support them by laughing at them. That's what it is.
I don't think you're like you get into it. I don't know what the fuck.
You know,
You don't know
I
fun.
just want to go fishing at 8 in the morning before middle school.
You want to go back to that
Doesn't
time?
everybody? That's all anybody wants
I
to
just
do.
want to sit in my truck and watch my son fish in the heat 8 in the morning.
You're not gonna sit there. You're gonna drop him off. And you're gonna say bye.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably involved.
sits there?
Well, it
That's
probably
weird.
involved. We're like, we have to
Just
go.
remember, I'm watching you fish the whole time.
We have to go to the goddamn Bass Lake in Sanford. Oh shit!
Do they not have a lake near?
I
He
don't
doesn't know.
It's all
They don't even know
polluted. It's
yet.
all polluted.
My
I
lord.
run by it. It's all garbage.
All
in
the
there.
legs are ballooned.
No, you're doing the trash, magnet fishing and stuff. So.
Oh,
I like magnet fishing.
You're
Is
like-
there anything else I'm doing? That's it, right? I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah, I mean, I have other stuff written down. If
And
we
we
get
are
to-
going to Dollywood. We're going
We're
to
going to Dollywood.
We're going to regular.
what's there? What's in? Is
Lot
it
of
a
roller
amusement
coasters.
park?
Yeah,
okay.
coaster. They have a water park. We'll see if we can fit that in. We want to do, because we love a good dinner theater. We'll probably do a dinner theater while.
What time's Maisie going to be done every day?
It depends.
Like late?
No, nothing is past. I don't think 4:00
Okay.
most days.
Yeah.
But
Some of the
there's some
She'll be
days
tired though.
right.
Yeah, the last one she did, they got home at 10:30. It was ridiculous how late they did
Yeah.
awards
This one-
at 9 p.m. or something like that.
Question for magnet fishermen: are you excited when you find a rusty car full of teenage skeletons?
I would be.
Because that's
I would
what
be.
they end up finding on
They
TikTok.
must
In
also
fact, every time I
Oh,
throw it
oh
out
my
there,
God,
every time I throw it
They
out there, I'd
find
be like, I hope
guns.
I find the teen skeleton.
They don't find that.
They find
They
the guns
do,
that
yeah.
are used in a.
They found
crime.
bodies.
And
Yeah,
then they
found
call the
bodies.
cops and they're like, "Oh,
No, that's more of the people that
they went
they
missing.
go diving. They're not magnet fish.
They doing their magnet fishing.
I think it did happen.
Yeah, and then they end up finding.
If
they
this
call the
happened,
sheriff.
it happened one time.
I
It did
think
not
there's-
happen like every TikToker.
Yeah, but he argues with us if it happened one time that it never happened.
But there's been
so you can use
multiple-
that
It
against
always
him.
happens.
You can use the same logic against him.
They find the car that they're like, oh, this person's been missing since the 90s, and they just drove off
well,
into a
now
lake.
it has brought closure. To
You know what I would do
everybody's
though?
family.
I think you know what I would do if I found it and then there's skeletons in there and the magnets on there and I'd be like, you know what? What good am I gonna do? Getting these people all worked up for just a couple of old skeletons. I'm not gonna tell
How
a soul.
do they bring it? They're not bringing a car up with their little fishing magnet.
No, they call people out later and then they pull.
But what
it
are they
up.
like? Oh, I got something here.
Yeah, they're like.
And then what do
something
they
big.
jump in?
No, they got sonar. They go over with their boat. They're like, oh, it looks like a car. So I watched the thing. I'm looking at it.
I know the video you're
Yeah,
talking
there's-
about. I'm pretty sure I've seen the
it's
same one.
bringing closure to the families.
Then I'm like, oh, this is way better.
But then
than-
you're like, why hasn't anybody ever found this before? This is
Yeah, you would think
It's
that.
right there.
Didn't that happen to, was it Dr. J's son? I don't know. That drove into a lake here in Orlando, I believe, and then it wasn't found for a while. Or somebody was. It was like somebody, it happens a lot of, I mean, you would imagine here, Louisiana, places that have a lot of water
All that
around us.
roadside
that-
water.
Yeah, you just kind of roll in there and then nobody knows.
Fall asleep driving and nobody's around. to
Yeah,
see you
Tracy
going?
said it was him. He says, yes, you're correct. It was up here in Heathrow. Yeah, I think he rolled in. He just drove in there and the people didn't know. Oh, it's missing person. They're like, no, we found the car. And later they found it. And it's like, holy smokes.
crazy.
Let's do an email.
Let's hit scaring
So
me.
you don't have
Scaring me.
gripes or anything this time?
No.
Tom?
Gripes
No.
of
Well,
so
some
2024.
Gripes of
You got one right
Sweden.
off the dome. I thought he did pretty good with the spooky cave and
Okay.
talking about the mud hut.
Since you brought it up, it's a couple things. I don't know if you have this problem. Maybe not because of the hip problems and that. But
Yeah.
my family walks extremely slow, no matter where we go.
Oh, we walk extremely
No, I'm
fast.
fast now. You
So
told me
it's
I
all
can keep,
fast?
I can
Okay.
keep up with you now. I'm
We
good.
walk fast, and Daniel he sometimes is like, "Can you guys slow down?"
I will. I'll
because
tell
we
him. Yeah, they go
Little
with
legs.
purpose, and I'll be like, "Hey, are we chilling out on a Saturday, or are we like trying to get the day done?"
Right.
Holy smokes!
That's what
because
that's
we're
what I'm
going
saying.
to American Girl doll. I'll give you a perfect example that's burned into my brain. We're going to the American Girl doll store. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have a good time, and we're just walking in there. Why are we running? Why are we running into the American Girl doll
to
store?
get it done. I'm with Andrew.
I'm
What's
not
what's
like
our
there
goal?
to get it done, but I'm like, let's go. Like I'm not there to shuffle step.
No, I
Yeah.
hate
What
it.
are we looking at? The butterflies? Right? We just get it
Yeah,
done.
I hate that.
So you're the fast walker in the family?
Oh yeah.
He's okay. He says we walk
Oh,
slow.
Jimmy Fast Dad.
Literally, we're like on vacation, looking at things, checking this out or whatever, and he's like
meandering.
2 blocks ahead. He never even looks back to see if anybody safely crossed the street.
He
Like,
does that in Publix. Like, he'll just leave me. If I start walking slow deliberately, he would just leave me and he'd just, like, look behind me.
Hold
and
on,
like,
we gotta get back to
"Sorry,
work."
I'm leaving you.
What the hell are you doing?
Daniel does walk faster now, though. But
I do.
Yeah.
I do walk faster now.
Also, there's a thing about Crystal getting scared at every second of the day
Okay.
by me.
That's a new thing too. I don't know if that comes along with the airplane scare, but like oh my god,
What,
my
like you just
startle
see 'em?
reflex is always on high. I just walk around the corner and I'm like,
Yeah,
I get so scared.
Yeah, everything startles her.
Yeah.
While
I'm like
walking.
almost fall down with how much I jump. Like,
And I'm like, this is not. I'm like,
you need to like
Something's wrong
get
with your
something
brain.
reset.
I think
Sounds
it's
like
ever since my tinnitus. I swear.
yeah, you just get startled all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, how?
My
are you-
brain is always on alert.
Does it
because
happen
there's
with the
always
boys?
a
You're
ringing.
always on
Like,
the fight or flight mode.
I'm always in fight or
Do
flight.
the boys startle you?
Yeah, sometimes, but more so it's him.
Gotcha. Yeah, he startles
I don't know
me
why.
too.
Should you just walk around? I'm coming around the corner.
No, 'cause then that
startles-
scares me.
Yeah. So I'll make noise.
On your lap, on your lap.
No, everything scares her.
It doesn't matter.
Walk really like.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll come in the door and then I'll be like, okay, he's here, he's in the room, and then I'll turn around. I'm like, ah!
Right behind you.
Like,
I got
just-
Candyman.
Why are you so scared?
I don't know. I'm telling you.
Right, first email. Hello, show. Tom has mentioned before that he and Crystal have begun to make a point to see musical legends before they die. The most recent example is when he dragged the kids to see Willie Nelson sit on a stool that weighed more than himself. Crystal flying across the country to see Celine Dion a month or two before she announced a world tour and a Tampa date, and both of them sitting in the heat to watch Guns N' Roses at the Citrus Bowl. The Who just announced their final tour with a Miami date, and they are legendary. Tom has claimed to be nothing more than a casual music enjoyer, but I'm curious if he and Crystal have any criteria they look for when buying concert tickets to see these kinds of shows. Does it come down to price? Do they have to know more than 3 songs? Does the performer have to be at least 60 years old? Those 3 shows I mentioned all over the place in terms of price, convenience, and what I know about Tom's musical taste. Metallica will be in Tampa in June for 2 shows. Like, this is a little bit of an older email. Tom mentioned that Tommy is a fan, so it would be a good opportunity to see someone his son likes and cross off another list of legends. Keep on rocking in the free world, Ryan. Do you guys have any other legends that you want to see?
I don't know if there's any criteria.
Aerosmith was on your...
Aerosmith was, but then they
Missed it.
ripped that voice open.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a little too young for the Who.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah,
know
I
one
would
Who
not
song.
go to the Who.
But
Yeah,
I
I'm not
will.
a Who.
I will say
fan.
the only band that I've actually looked up to see where they're going to be at, if they're going to be close or Red Rocks, because I travel for them, is to see Sublime with Bradley's son.
Yeah.
Whatever his name
Jacob
is.
Knoll.
And so I'm like, that would be something that I'd actually travel for because it's such a crazy
I
story.
bet they're gonna start touring. They've just been doing festivals.
Yeah.
to see, I think, what the reception is. But
I think
bet
they're going to tour because
There's got to be a lot of people like me that would go. Like,
I think they have a record coming out. So
I wasn't motivated to see Sublime with Rome as much I am with Sublime with Jake Knoll. Because I'm like, what an insane story for the rest of the band. It's like you had this huge popular band and you're on the brink of just giant stardom. Then the lead singer dies and then essentially ruins the band, right? And then you have to sit back and just watch your music get more and more popular as the rest of the band. Then you try with Rome and it's successful. You
did enough.
But then the lead singer's son that you saw got born and he was on the front of your album cover, he grows up to be a good singer and guitar player. And
is he good? Yeah,
he's good. Yeah, he's good.
I mean, I don't know if
and more than even good, I think in this particular instance, because no one will ever be his dad. I mean, that's just the way it works. But
it's as close
he
as you
sounds
can get.
exactly like him.
Oh, really?
And he has the same mannerisms, and he. Whereas, and I'm not trying not to be critical, but be honest, I don't think he's as dynamic as his dad. When you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, this is like, it just feels right. And I think that's what people like. And like Tom says, it's an amazingly cool story in a lot of ways. And we've talked about this before. To me, it's more impressive than even LeBron and his son playing together for the Lakers. This is the most impressive to me because he's just sliding in and basically single-handedly keeping his dad's thing alive as himself. Yeah. And he's got his own thing. Like he has his own Jacob's Castle is his own band. And they put in an album last year that's excellent. Like I love that album, but he has his own thing, but he's also got it'd be cool. It's cool for him to step in and like I put myself in that situation. It's like, what if I had the opportunity to slide myself into my dad's shoes and keep his memory alive a little longer? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes me feel good, and it's not even me. I'm not even doing it.
It has to be the greatest father-son band story of all time.
For me, it is. Because I was so close to that music. Living in Florida and with the beach and everything, all of us, we all knew Sublime. Like those I don't think we could live the lives that we had. Like coastal bands like that are going to mean more to us, even though that's a California band. But just growing up in Florida, I feel like we hear that music more than most people, right? So I think that we're more like Sublime folks, and then when this happens, it means more to us. I know some friends are just like, I've always hated Sublime. Who fucking cares? But to me, it's an awesome story.
But it's bigger than the even actual music. At one point, it's kind of like Metallica. Like you could not be into Metallica, but they just had such a cultural impression on such a long generation of people, and so famous that it's like just going to see them is cool to experience because of how long they've been a band, how successful. We talked about it before when Daniel got back, but their brand is worth $1 billion, and they've played in front of like so many millions of people. It's absurd. And it's like just that alone, who cares if you weren't not into the music, just seeing them, because this is probably like maybe the last time they play in Florida.
You got to look at, is his name Bud, the bass player that's fatter that wears the Dr. Seuss hat? Like you don't look at that guy and think
when you get in your 60s at one medical problem.
You can't be in good health. I mean, you look at him and you're like, hey.
The one that I would say, and they're getting ready to kick it off, is Oasis. I would love to go see Oasis. I tried to get, but it's just because they haven't toured in so long, because the brothers fight so much. This tour is like crazy. Everybody wants to see him. Everybody wants to see, relive the 90s, and I would love to. And they only, did a few dates everywhere, and it was just impossible to get.
Well, and it was also they just did Europe, right?
No, they're about to kick it off.
Yeah, or there's only like a few.
There's only a few,
it's only like
and
8
they're like
dates.
at like huge stadiums and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's not
but
like
that is my like bucket list. Is I've seen Diana
one.
Ross, I've seen Celine now, I've seen Elton and
Billy
Joel
we did with you
and
guys.
stuff.
That was awesome.
Silverchair.
We're not probably going to see him again.
You know what? That show is still one of my favorites. I've been
New
thinking
Year's
about
Eve
my
show?
favorite shows because of Metallica. And I said Metallica was my favorite, but I don't know if not that I would take it back, but that Billy Joel show with you guys was probably one of the greatest
It was a
shows
great show.
I've ever seen, especially especially it compounding a little more being on New Year's.
People should use a band like this as a excuse to go on a small mini trip.
I agree
It's
with
like, build the trip around the concert, wherever it is, and it's like there's always cool places to see in every place.
Your Red
So it's
Rocks
like,
idea for Sublime is a great idea.
What do you mean?
What you want to go see? Like, I've never heard you say something like that. When you
yeah.
say that makes me happy. I'm like, that's a good idea.
I was touched a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like something like
He had a desire and he
yeah,
expressed it.
and he did. Yeah, like well done. Like because that one also good luck getting that seat because I think a lot of people want to see that
Yeah,
show.
I think that would be a big.
Well,
tour.
going back to money though, as like then how do you put a price on a life experience? It's like, who cares? Like, I know, obviously, there's something you just literally can't afford it. But if it's like, this is more money than I want to spend. But I always look at, like, for sure, in 25 years, I'm going to look back and regret not spending the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm never going to look
Yeah.
back and be like, God, I wish I didn't spend those $1,500 on the Sublime Red Rocks tickets.
Right.
I'm never going to say that in 10 years.
Like I was told by some people that the seat that I had for Metallica could have been in upwards of like a $4,000 ticket. Okay.
Wow.
If somebody asked me, was it worth it? And I'm not the biggest Metallica fan. I certainly am now after seeing them. I would say yes. It absolutely, like, if you had the money to buy that ticket and you were a fan and your wife or husband or partner said, I know how much you care about them, you're going to get your experience. Like, it'll blow your goddamn mind. Like, I was like, now, is it way too expensive? Yeah, it is. But if you're into that, I can see where I am kind of with you now. It's like, especially if you're working or if you have your health or something, like, just do it. Try to do it. I mean, don't take food out of your family's mouth, but try to make the trip.
Yeah. You're never going to regret it. I don't know anybody that has done something and regret the actual trip or whatever
The
the
experience.
himself.
I
like
think the people that went to Jelly Roll and Post Malone this week might have regretted it a little bit.
See, I
Well, it
heard
was a
good
rain,
things.
though.
I heard good things,
I
but
heard
yeah,
good things. I heard that
Yeah.
they were upset that it got cut short,
Yeah.
but you can't really do anything about that. I mean, you can be mad at acts of God, I guess.
I think
but-
they were mad that they didn't but we talked about this, that they didn't cancel
Where
it.
was
or
the
push
venue?
It. Citrus
Camping
Bowl.
World, yeah.
And they had to shelter in place for.
Yeah, it was
few
3
hours.
hours pushed back. And
Yeah, but that big of a show.
Yeah, you can't
read.
push- no.
Yeah, you're like, hey, let's push it. Let's do this tomorrow.
Or let's
It's like,
tack it on to the end of the tour that ends in Washington. They'd have to bring all those trailers back. Nah.
Yeah. You're doing it now.
let's
Doing it live.
Let's go with this one right here. One of the more underrated running jokes on the show is Tom placing a dollar amount on what it would take for him to do some sort of task or feat. This morning, I thought of a weird one, and I wanted to see where he landed on it. How much would it take for Tom to punch Hezbollah full force directly in the face? Oh, my God. In this scenario, Hezbollah would be aware that it is going to happen, and he'd be standing on a stool to meet Tom eye to eye. Keep in mind that by punching him full force, he would most certainly go flying off the stool. I think Tom would do it for $1,700. I believe Tom would have some empathy towards Hezbollah since he's built like a toddler, but if Hezbollah knew he was about to get blasted in the face with a load of chisholm, then Tom would be a little more at ease with it.
Yeah. Violence, awkwardness, disappointing people, that comes with an extremely high price tag
Yeah.
for me. Like I've thought about this, like how much would it take to purposefully disappoint my sons, like not show up for their birthday party or like and be mean to them, like for a day, like if you're like on your son's birthday, you have to be mean to them, but I'll give you $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Do you get to reveal it as a joke later, or do you have to keep it to yourself?
You can reveal it after the full day, but they have to think you're the worst dad in the world, and you're like, this is horrible. Why would he do this? Disappointed. You know, like it would. The amount
I think
of
I
money
can talk
would,
my way out of it.
would have to be so high. You said like it physically affects me. I'm like,
but if I got $1 million, I think I could sit down with Maisie and go like, I was doing that for the $1 million, right?
Yeah, but while it was happening after, even if you made it up after.
Tears in her eyes. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah. And then also punching someone for no reason. I'm just like,
That's a little different.
I need enough money to give that person money after to justify what happened. Like I'd have to be like hundreds and hundreds of thousands so I can give him 100,000. Be like, I'm sorry, this is a bet. Here's 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But then even then, it's something that hard
Naked
for me
picture of you on the internet. How much? Fully naked. Erect.
Can I choose the picture?
No.
So it's like a surprise picture. Does it make me look good? That is very.
Well, I think you look good now. I mean, but it's
no,
like...
but I'm saying, is a picture flattering? Like it looks like I have a bigger dong than.
No, it's not flattering, but it's not bad. It's just it's going to be naked and full erection.
Naked and afraid.
Yeah,
because it very much matters to me.
and you're squatting.
How...
You're squatting.
Oh,
and
squatting? No,
you're
that's not
squatting
good.
and you're fully erect.
Okay,
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
But are
That's called roasting marshmallows.
are women and gay men like it? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they can like anything.
Yeah,
right?
no, but I'm
I mean,
saying,
I jack off to some pretty sick shit.
Are they impressed by it? Is it embarrassing or not embarrassing to me?
Oh, it's like I mean, just by being naked could be embarrassing for people, right?
But I'm not embarrassed if people like it. If they're like, oh, the Tom's more.
Well,
better
we
than
can
I thought
see we can see your balls hanging down.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of gross.
Not gross. It's just everyone's got them, but we can see your balls hanging down and you're fully erect and you're squatting.
$195,000. Right under two. Two was like too much.
Can we go back to the original email? This whole time I've been like,
He always comes out with a great number. It's great.
That's probably too much.
When you said Hezbollah, I went straight to the Lebanese political party. That's not who we're talking about.
No, it's this little
It's the guy
man.
who's a man, but he looks like a baby.
Yeah, the one that
The one
Mike
that
Tyson,
was kissing and hugging, and then he
Never,
thought he was...
no idea who
You don't
that
know
is.
who Hezbollah is?
No.
He's just an internet.
I was like, what? This is a weird email the whole time.
Is it correct to say he's an internet creature? That's what he is, right?
He's a social media influencer because of the
creature.
disease he has, and it makes him look.
Daddy Long
How do you
Neck.
spell his name? Because I got the
H-A-
same thing Andrea got.
Right, I'm like,
H-A-Z
H-A-
B-U-L-L-A-H, I think.
Hezbollah.
He's
He's Russian? Oh.
We don't know what he is. We just think he's just a little.
I never knew that guy's name. He's the meme. He's in that meme.
Yes,
Remember
he's
what-
the meme
He's an internet creature.
He's 22.
He's 22 years old?
22 years old.
also-
Oh my God, he looks so old.
Also, an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
Right, I'm like-
It could have been Little Jimmy or something.
Little Jimmy is so much more disarming than Hezbollah.
He's in Thailand.
Because
He's
Yeah.
in Thailand
Hello,
right
my
now.
name is Nazi Party.
Because when you said punch Hezbollah, in my mind, because I'm so dumb,
Should I
I'm
say
like,
Hezbollah?
I'm like,
is it Hezbollah?
I'm like, is that a terrorist organization?
Yes, that's what I went to. I
Is
was
that
like,
a-
that's
but I'm
weird.
like,
It is.
I don't know. I'm stupid. Oh, here's another reason I'm super stupid is I'm sitting.
Are we doing that yet? That's the third segment.
I'm sitting at Max's breakdancing, and then there's a new guy in class, like the open, mainly adults. There's some kids, but there's a new adult in class, and then he's talking to his girlfriend in a language I've never heard. I'm like, well, this is, so I could tell he's foreign.
Let me guess. Ebonics.
And he's white, and and then.
Where you're like, I know Ebonic.
What's for shizzle?
Oh my God.
that was terrible. Erase that.
Does that mean for sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Oh, TC.
I'm talking to a bunch of people like me too. They're like, I understand. Anyway, so
Hezbollah?
so the leader of the organization is like, oh, I want to welcome
The leader of Hezbollah.
a new guy. He's from Switzerland. Right? And
Hey, I'm going to Switzerland.
no,
Did you say that?
My first instinct was to go over and tell him I'm going to Sweden. For
Oh my
some
God.
dumb reason.
Oh, I know
And
why.
I stopped myself because I was like, you idiot, there's not a different
I'm going
country.
to Sweden.
They're
You
not
know-
even
We're not
heard
even
of-
close.
You
Yeah.
ever heard of Drunk in the Bar?
No. It was just because I got excited
They got Gravedigger in Switzerland?
to tell him that I'm going to Sweden, which makes no sense because
Well, you were telling
They've been
it-
like dumb American.
You're a world
Yeah,
traveler.
yeah.
You're a world traveler.
Yeah,
You and
but
your
it's
son
like-
are cultured.
But the guy would be like, "Who cares?" It's like you telling me I'm going to Costa Rica. Who gives a fuck? I have nothing to do with
my
one.
God.
There's nothing to
What did
do
he
with
say
my
when you
country.
said that? Was
I
like-
know. I
was
didn't.
he like, okay.
No, this is all my
That's
head.
right.
I didn't say anything, but my first instinct was like, "Oh, I got to tell him I'm going to Sweden."
He luckily stopped himself from that.
Yeah.
Well, you're from an S country. I'm going to an S country.
TC told me that he wants during Max's Max is going to start taking a new power class
Nice.
to help build his power moves, and so TC's
Those
like,
are like the bigger spin moves
yeah,
and stuff,
but
right?
he's so like little. He doesn't have the muscles yet to do these things. But anyway,
Some kids do.
I'm not talking about
They're
some
doing
kids.
windmills.
The Dominican windmills are coming hot.
I'm like, he's strong from birth.
You should have tested that kid.
Yeah, I
Test
mean-
that
I'm like, he
kid.
doesn't even have to work out. He's
Look at-
just
That kid's
strong
mustache
immediately.
is doing a windmill.
Yeah,
The Dervish kids are ripped.
I know,
Our
yeah.
kids are not. Like, I don't know. They're just, anyway.
Well, the Dervish kids, I mean, aren't they left in the jungles to find their way back?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're
but
just
they were
like
born-
naturally
it's like
ripped. They're
Maisie.
born ripped. These
I saw
kids-
Maisie's six-pack when they're standing next to Tommy at 2 years old. I'm like, God damn, Maisie's all
Yeah,
ripped
she-
already.
Yeah, our kids did not get like genetically whatever. Anyway, TC said though during the power class, which is 2 hours long, he's gonna go and just do push-ups in the corner.
No, well, they
And I was
invited.
like,
What, like a
Please don't
like
do
a
that.
old military dad?
yeah. He's like, well, they're gonna be
no.
working out, so I'm gonna work out
It's
too.
2 hours. Why
And I'm
don't
like,
you go
that's
And I
leave?
want them to see me
you
working
leave?
out, and I'm gonna be
No.
nude,
No, they
crouching with a full boner.
Boner push-ups.
You can take a picture of me.
I lied. I said I had no 195 free. But because the teacher said anybody could do it, and then he looked at me when he said it. He's like, I'm doing this power class. It's open to anybody.
Imagine
adult
how
children.
embarrassed Maisie would be if you went out there
absolutely
dancing.
Not.
with her.
not allowed.
Absolutely not. That's her thing.
I'm not allowed.
No.
Like
Well,
they had.
Why
I
not
can
even-
do some of this stuff. I'm teaching myself how to do a
I
handstand.
can do it too, but that is her thing. She says
Yeah.
when they do the at
She
the
says
recital when they
no.
do the parent dance, she goes, "Please don't do
Yeah.
that. This is my
I was
thing."
gonna do it. Do you remember that? Like I was
Yeah.
ready to go
Mom
to the
dance
dad
and
thing,
dad dance. No.
and Andrea pulled me aside and goes, "Yo, she does not want you at
That's-
all." And I'm like,
that's-
"Really?" It kind of hurt my feelings a little. Everything hurts my
That
feelings.
is her thing. She wants it for herself.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
so.
it's all about working out. Is it like they teach you how to do the power
Yeah, but
moves.
you
That's
know how to
all
do
calisthenics.
it. It's not for you.
No, I don't know how to do too stiff. I can't do any of it. But I can get down there, and then it's like
Yeah, but then
hold.
if you can't get back up, then it's gonna be so.
Help me out, boy.
Give me a hand.
No, then
I'm
they
stronger
start.
than
then they
Max.
start giving you attention. They're like, "Hey, look at the old guy. Look
Yeah.
at Max. Look at your dad. Your dad.
Taken
your
away
dad."
from
But
her.
he
You're taking
windmilled
away
his
from
flops
him.
off.
It's his. Let him have his thing.
Your dad windmilled his flip flops off, and his ding dong fell out of his running shorts.
I can't stop looking over here.
Yeah, I know.
How do your guests get
Yeah.
this view that I'm getting?
You know,
I run it
he's
tight.
much like that old man Banana George at your event that had on the see-through white pants or his
Oh,
pecker was
man.
hanging out.
That guy
Are you
was
the new Banana
really-
George?
Well, I understand why.
Are
he
you
doesn't
Banana
know.
Tom?
I need to get you.
understand.
I seen these boxer briefs that have a little hammock you put your nuts in.
Yeah.
I need to get you that. This is really.
Nobody should be putting their nuts in a hammock.
yeah.
But I did notice you're back to flip flops, no shoes,
Too hot.
No,
and no.
we have no
polo?
We have no business today. So I only do it on business days.
No business today. Sorry,
I mean,
we're
like,
closed.
aren't we doing business?
No.
You're over here
I mean, we're
flashing your
Yeah.
woof at everybody.
This is what I do on off business days. Tiny shorts, tight.
You want to do one more? Take a break.
Yeah.
Because we could still.
Okay.
Or we
But-
should probably take a break.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and
And
we'll
then we'll
finish up
power
the
through the
segment.
rest of them.
Yeah, you need to adjust yourself.
All right, guys, we will be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our lovely wives are here. Crystal, Vann, Andrea, Des. Thank you guys for being
Hello,
here.
thanks for having
It's
me.
a good time for
Hope
us
you're having a good
to
birthday.
remind you if you're buying or selling a home, the Bart Merrick team is the only team you need.
Yep. Talk to Crystal and Bart. Their cell phone numbers are on barttherealtor.com. Easy to get a hold of, and they'll answer any questions you have.
Yes, sir. Let's do one more email, and then I've got some voicemails ready to go. Says Dan and Tom, I lost another battle to the sun by thinking I could lay down outside by the pool for 30 minutes without sunscreen, and I admit defeat. Just going to wear sunscreen for any holiday sun or cloudy days from here on out because I know I'll be out there longer than 15 minutes. Are you still losing battles to the sun, or what was the last battle to the sun that you have ever become diligent to wear sunscreen or sun protection? My dad now wears long sleeves when golfing. Are you guys
That
sunscreen?
took me a second. I thought he lost a battle to his SON.
No,
And
I
then now
think
got
he got sunburned, I believe.
Well, every man in my life has had skin cancer removed from their face or whatever. Like, it's like all the real Florida men that are in my life that never used sunscreen growing up all have like black things removed from the body all the time.
Do you still wear your big hat when you're out in the yard?
Yes, but the weird thing about sunburn is I'm 43 years old and I don't know instantly, like do the math on how long it takes. because I'm out in the yard all the time with shirtless and no sunscreen, and it's hot, and I feel the sun burning me. And then I think to myself, I'm like, how long can I be out here before I get sunburned?
You may
and
have
like,
enough built up.
No, but why don't I know that off the top of my head? Like,
well, I think it's different. It's the environment changes, so it's like different all the time. It's not always exactly a set.
I know it's not exact, but we should have an idea of like, okay, anything over 15 minutes, I'm gonna burn. But I don't know that off the top of my head. You know,
Like, do you just not? Are you lazy?
Okay,
Why do you just not put
I'm
on?
You know, they have a thing now that I've seen, and I think it's a stupid idea, but maybe it's not. But it's a little duck, and it looks like a little dead duck. It's got its eyes like X'd out, and its neck is like a little hook, and you can hang it on like your belt loop or something. And you're supposed to put it like it's supposed to play the role of your skin. And the duck absorbs the UVs, and when it turns bright red, it tells you, like, it's like an indicator to be like, yo, this is the amount of time you can be in the sun without sunscreen. And when this duck, it's like a little character, when it turns bright, like it's red as
That means get out. That's interesting.
And I've seen this on my
Interesting,
Facebook.
yeah.
But it's like, I don't like the dead duck. I would not have made it a dead duck. I don't know who thought of that. I would not have done that. I would have made it like just like a sticker or something.
Yeah,
you
I
put on
think
your
there are
knee.
stickers.
But I
now
would just,
that turn
they
color.
have something like that I have seen that is for people like you that don't, because I hate fucking sunscreen. I hate it. Have to wear it because of my tattoos. I absolutely have to, or my arm will swell up. I have to put it all over this arm. If I don't, then it will be at Blizzard Beach. And next thing you know, I'll talk to her. I'm like, I have to put a towel on my arm because my arm will get puffy. Because
Okay.
it'll start to absorb more sun. And those darker colors, it'll boil your arm. It's just not, it's not
I
good.
always wear face sunscreen.
I wear a
because-
daily face.
Yes.
Good,
And,
that's you're
and
supposed
chest.
to.
I put it on my chest too.
Keep them
'Cause
titties
us
pretty.
ladies will start looking really.
You need to
wrinkly.
put some sunscreen on your titties like Crystal does.
I rarely show off my.
I understand, but she's obviously taking better
No,
care
but mine.
of...
Her skin looks way better than mine. Mine's very spotty.
Yeah,
like
well-
I'm very spotty. I hate how spot. I wish
I
I
have
could
freckles.
just put a lotion to like smooth it out and take away all these spots.
You got the Florida woman freckle.
I
pin.
know, I never
Everybody
wanted that.
gets it.
But
I
I wear now. I
Freckles.
wear long sleeve
Yep.
zip up shirts if I
I
go
kind
outside
of-
with a hat. I'm covering myself up.
It's a badge of honor in my book. My mother had it. My mother's mother and my mother's mother had it. Freckle Canyon. Dan Tomlin, special guest. I left the Fringe Festival last night and noticed Mills and the 50 area bars now had lines to get into some bar establishments. Have you ever had a significantly better time at a bar by waiting outside the building to get in? Can you pick? Yeah, that's the end of the question. Then they ask for free stuff.
The stereotypical like waiting in line to get into a club or whatever. Is
What
like,
it made me think of is the fun you have like on the trips of your vacation, and then you go to do the amenities of your vacation, and they're not that good. They used to happen all the time on monster cruises. It'd be like the bus rides to the private beach were so fun, but then I'd get to the private beach and it would suck.
Okay,
You know what I
get
mean?
it,
Like almost like
So the anticipation, like in the line to go into the club, is like.
sometimes, yeah. Like even right now, I have a feeling that I'm gonna have a great day because it's my birthday, but nothing is planned, so it's fake. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
We got plans.
yeah, there's nothing planned.
yeah.
You already got all your gifts.
Well,
did.
they say psychologically that planning the vacation is better than the actual vacation.
Agreed.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what'd you get for your birthday?
A battery for my scooter because I left the other one unplugged and
Oh,
ruined
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But he also got a Switch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
counting
yeah.
that now. See, like, look,
He
she's gonna
also
make
got a
list.
new solo stove cooler that's supposed to ship.
I did get a solo stove cooler.
What is that?
I don't know,
It's,
there's some-
it's got an air conditioning built in it now.
By the solo
It's
stove
a
people,
cooler,
but it's a
and then like instead of being one of those coolers where you put
you know,
the redneck
Daniel likes
coolers,
gadgets.
you know, you put the ice in the redneck cooler and it blows cold air. This one actually has coils in it. It's an air conditioner.
but you have to plug it in.
It has a battery. It's like a big ass battery, so it'll run for like 8 hours.
Oh.
So he's hoping to get
Pretty
that
cool.
before Pigeon Forge, so he can take his like fancy cooler. Even
Yeah,
though we
yeah.
still have our coolest cooler, we still have a
We do
you
still
know,
have it. It still
Yeti.
works great.
For all the gadgets that you get, Daniel, how is your garage not as full as ours.
I cycle through
And we
some
don't
of
get
them.
gadgets.
I cycle through some of my gadgets, but they're pretty. If you went in there now, they're pretty organized. Like Coolest Cooler, I have everything from Coolest Cooler, including the Bluetooth speaker, the
Yep.
plug for the Bluetooth speaker.
When's the last time you used
Is it in the original box?
She uses
Not in the
it
original box.
all the time. Like that cooler, like almost.
I loved it. I kept it.
This cooler that we're getting is going to replace the coolers. The tires on the Coolest are getting a little wonky, but we use the Coolest very, very well, and it was a great cooler. The only problem with that cooler is the company. That company, they fucked people over, but the product was good.
So that's what I say about my Memento picture frame.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
Company was terrible.
But
Yeah.
the
Product
picture
is
frame
great.
is amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, we actually just went through our garage and we just kind of like move around stuff. It's kind of like a Tetris and make
Maisie's
sure that
really
it's-
good at it. Like Maisie is excellent at
She
throwing
will
shit
will
away.
throw stuff away. She is not sentimental.
And I think she likes it, and that's in the blood. Like, I know you like to collect these. And Andrea passed on from her vagina to my daughter the ability to throw things away and organize, and she enjoys it.
I mean, I have a little bit where I keep stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm a little more sentimental than her.
She
she's
is.
like,
Oh, no, she's-
she'll take a trash bag
She's
and
like,
start.
I can trick her into doing shit. I'll be like, look at this refrigerator. Oh, it's a mess. She'll be like, I'll organize it. I'm like, oh, will you? Oh, please.
I can't think of one single good trait I've passed on to my sons.
It's hard for me, too. It's hard for
There's
me,
not
too.
one thing I'm like, oh, I'm glad they have that. It's always like, oh, no.
They're
Well, that's
attractive.
all that
They're
is
so
your
sweet.
perspective.
Yeah,
They're
you gotta
so-
reframe.
That's the only problem
You
is
gotta
your own
reframe.
perspective.
They're gentle. They
There's
don't like
plenty.
confrontation. There's so many
They're
things.
You know how many problems it's caused in my life? Anyway.
Let's try this one right here.
It also probably keeps your marriage alive.
Woo!
Hey.
Right? We have a good marriage. We have a long
'Cause you
marriage.
don't-
We have
you don't wanna
vacations. We have
confront-
kids. We have a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And your lack of confrontation probably contributed to all of
Because
that.
if you
Definitely contributed.
What if
Went
you were
back
me?
at her.
Oh my god.
yeah, if you went back at her, it would be
Yeah.
problems.
I don't back down either. I hold grudges for years.
Oh, me too.
You should see the dreams I still have.
Oh, me
yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Me
so
too.
yeah.
Some of them are like
Because we
violent
let it
sexual
roll.
dreams.
Yeah. That's like, what if Dufresne was too lazy to tunnel out?
He'd still be there. yeah. And the
I'm ready.
poster wouldn't be ripped. That'd be a pristine poster. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Tom and Dan. So today I was at the zoo with my 10-year-old son, and I started to notice all of the teens and early 20s had started wearing True Religion and Ed Hardy shirts. It's come back.
Yeah, man. Ed Hardy, True Religion, all of that stuff.
I noticed the jeans were back. I didn't know they were wearing the shirts. Are they still like at that store Buckle? Is that where you get them?
It's a sign that we're all old because people in the 90s were doing this shit with the 70s. You see what I'm saying? You know, I was like,
I
yeah,
did it. I wore 70s
yeah.
clothes in the 90s.
Yeah. And-
Right, but it's weird that is the same distance away.
Yeah. It was weird.
And
to
it was
them,
weird
too.
for our parents. Yeah.
Because our parents are like, "What the fuck, bell bottoms? That's some shit." And there's like, this is what happened to us.
Did I tell you guys I like went through my closet and I finally was like, okay, I'm never gonna wear these shirts again. I gave them to Maisie and she can fit into them and wear them, and so she's wearing like
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains,
That's
May,
adorable,
the
but
band
painful.
May. I don't even know if she's like heard a May song, but she likes it because it says May.
Andrea gave her all these like alternative
Tastes
and
like chicken.
emo like girl shirt. She's got like a Marilyn Manson in there. Like it's cool though because they fit her.
But I kept them. And then, so now she's wearing them to school. Like, they're her favorite. Like, in the May shirt, she's like, it's starting to get a hole, so I had to
Yeah.
fix it.
It's
and-
cool that she has like old custom like band shirts that were Andrea's. That's weird to me.
And so that was a weird feeling, yes, to pass on those, like, things. to
Yeah,
your
Yeah.
kid.
And my sons will wear Tom and Dan shirts to school, and I'm so happy they
Tommy
do.
loves that.
Oh, I
hoodie.
love that.
And they'll get in the car, and then I'm like, "Hey, did anybody ask you what that was?" And then they're like, "Nope." I'm like, "Oh God."
Let's try this one right here.
Hey guys, I'm at home sick and I was listening to Monday's ACT episode about A24 movies. Sorry. They are so weird. You guys are right.
How relaxed can you be when you're possibly leaving a message on your favorite podcast that they'll air on that podcast?
It's the cold medicine.
No.
Yeah, she's foggy for the cold medicine.
Did she say that?
No, but I'm
She
just,
goes, "I'm homesick."
I'm just trying to guess what the thing is.
I think, but the cold medicine really does make your mind like,
Yeah.
ooh.
No,
Shut
I know.
down.
I've been on cold medicine, but what I'm saying is that if I'm calling like my podcast that I listen to leave a voicemail that they may play because they play voicemails a lot, I would be like, oh shit, you better sound excited, you better sound upbeat, you better get your question out fast.
That's not everybody else.
It's because you're so perfect, man.
She could have it in her mind, but then you start leaving the message
Yeah,
and
you
your
get
mind
nervous.
goes blank.
She could have just taken her tussin.
But how relaxed can you be?
You don't know. Also, this lady could be going through the perimenopause. She could be going through menopause. All of that
Perimenopause?
stuff.
TC thinks that's all fake.
Yeah.
I don't
It
think
is
it's fake.
not.
But how are you not like you're just so nonchalant on your favorite podcast, leaving a voicemail?
She never said it was her favorite. And you always assume that when this happens, he gets so mad at
Maybe
people
she
leaving
got
voicemails.
nervous.
And then he's
wanted to
like,
Get
make a
nervous makes you
point.
slow down.
but he
and
always uses the example to these people. He's always like, you are calling in your favorite pod. Like, they've never said that. They've never said that, ever.
Okay, well, so
Next time you guys leave a voicemail, tell us if it's your favorite
Yeah,
podcast.
if it
or
is
not.
your favorite and you stutter, then I'll let him rant.
No, stuttering is fine. That means it's a sign of nervousness. This person's so nonchalant. She forgot she was even talking. She was like, well, where was I? And it's like, aren't you
Also,
nervous?
coming from a person that does that all the time, it's weird that you would be concerned. You're
Well,
like, she's
I'm
just
re-
like me.
I get relaxed after goddamn 10,000 hours. This has to be one of only 10 times she's called and left a voicemail.
I don't know if she's
on a
ever called.
podcast.
Probably not
no,
even
I don't
10.
think maybe even other podcasts.
Well,
All
let's
right.
see what she
Oh,
says.
okay.
Let's see what she says.
So weird. You guys are right. And I think Tom was trying to.
Oh, she's talking about A24.
They are so weird. You guys are right. And I think Tom was trying to tell Ross that one of the A24 movies was everything all at once, everywhere, all the time, whatever the hell that movie was. But he couldn't think of it. But yeah, some of the strangest movies. I just watched one because, like I said, I'm homesick. And it was about unicorns. It had Paul Rudd in it. Like, I'm talking about...
Is that Death of a Unicorn? Have you guys seen that with Paul Rudd?
No.
Wait, can you explain what an A24 movie is?
Okay, A24 movies. Friendship was an A24 movie. Tuesday was an A24
Like just
movie.
weirdo?
It's a new Shyamalan, kind of.
Yeah,
You know,
I've
it's
never
like-
seen a Shyamalan movie.
These
either.
movies are, I call them they're the Anthony Jeselnik movie to me. They're the movie that you like right when you're going into it and you think you've got it figured out, they're going to try and throw you a curveball. Like
Why are they called
weird,
A24?
That's just a production
publishing
company's
company
name.
or production company.
So then it became known for if it's an A24 movie, it's going to be weird. And
Yeah.
it's like whatever that means, weird. It's like it's going to be not the normal.
yeah.
And then back to the voicemail. She pulled that together. She just had
I
that
thought it
brain
got
fart.
worse.
Oh.
I thought
I
it
thought
got
she had
worse.
her
She
early
did.
brain fart.
She
and then,
did, yeah. I just
But the A24 movies, I'm not a movie guy, number one, but I'm just not a fan of them.
I wanted to really be. I when I was younger, I liked the weird movies, and now I'm older and I don't get it. I don't know if
You take me to weird movies all the time. That's all we see.
Yeah, but
but
she
we went
hates
and we
them all.
saw the A24 movie, the Bird one, Tuesday,
Yeah.
and it was freaking weird. And I felt like, what am I doing here?
But you also took me to the Brad Pitt one.
Okay, well, Tree
So-
of Life. I thought it was weird
Tree
too.
of Life, that's what it was called.
so
It
next
was
You
time
so
she
also took me
wants.
to the whale.
The
Next
whale was
time-
weird. I hated it
Well, why are you doing it to me?
That's 3 times, no more.
because I want to like it. And everybody's like, it's critically acclaimed and it won all these
Oh.
awards. And I'm like, all right, it must be great.
There's
and
been
I go
more
and
than
I'm
that.
like,
There's
am
been way more than that.
I a dumb person?
Apocalypto.
The depression.
Or no,
Apocalypto was
Depressiono.
great.
Depressiono,
Yeah,
Melancholia.
That was great. I love that movie.
What are the
God.
other ones?
I've not seen one of these movies.
Death of a Unicorn is.
No,
I
I've
think
never
the-
seen that one.
Yeah, that's with
Oh,
Paul. Rudd.
there's the next
yes,
one
my
you're gonna
kids
go
want to
see.
see that. Is that kid friendly?
I don't think it is.
With Wednesday? Wednesday Adams is in it.
I
Oh,
mean, we
I forgot her
watched
name.
Deadpool
Beetlejuice.
and Wolverine the other day.
They're fine. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he can watch anything now.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah. They're a blowjob
Have they
crazy.
seen?
What?
Oh.
Well, they're saying
Death
they're
of a
saying blowjob.
Unicorn.
I'm like, I don't
yeah,
think he knows
he's
what that
watching blowjobs.
is. I'm looking at it. and
This
I was
one
like,
doesn't have very good ratings.
Death of a Unicorn.
54% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
You know what's weird is that for some reason, like Rotten Tomatoes scores and stuff, like I don't look at them as much. It's kind of like I've devalued the world's
Well,
opinion
you
on
used
things.
to used to yell at me and say, like, just go to Rotten Tomatoes and then you'll know if it's good or not. You used
No.
to yell that to me.
I know, but no, I did believe that, and it still should be true. But
You've changed your beliefs?
no, I'm saying that I think maybe the world has devalued rating systems. Like they don't trust it as much. Is that
I
could that
don't
be
trust
true?
them. I think they're all fake now. I think they're all bots.
Because of bots and things like
all
fake-
the review. When I look at reviews, they're meaningless to me
Yeah.
because I just think it's bots.
I
telling
agree.
me.
I haven't trusted them for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, is it we're just now going through the process of the fake internet and AI and deep fakes?
I
and
can't wait
bots
to get
and-
to the other side.
It's rated R.
Delete the internet.
Yeah, so because how can you trust ratings anymore now that they're actually people?
I don't think you can.
You know, it's like
yeah, I don't unless it's unless there's some sort of verification company that is.
But that's fake. Anything
it
can
could
be
be.
bought.
Yeah.
And that person gets bought. That company gets bought.
You
Well,
can watch
most
it for
everything is
$4.99 on Prime Video. It's rated R, and yes,
See,
Jenna
I don't wanna-
Ortega is.
I
in
don't
it.
want to watch a weird movie like that at home. I want to be in a
Oh.
spooky theater
Okay.
where they
yeah.
still smoke cigarettes inside.
Yeah, yeah. I like
know? They don't
cloth
have that
seats too.
anymore.
I want cloth seats. I want to be able
You know-
to feel the butt heat from the person that was in there the movie before me.
The alone. Oh, that's gross. I hate that.
You don't like butt heat?
No.
What if you sit on a toilet seat that your wife just sat on?
I don't like
I
that
get
either.
weirded out by that.
I want. If I sit down, it better be cold. I don't want anybody else's warmth getting on me.
Yeah, I don't like pooping after somebody else
your
poops.
husband.
No.
Sometimes I'll walk into a bathroom, especially at a sporting event, if I have an emergency poop, and I'll sit down, and I can feel just from the heat inside the bowl that person's turds and balls are in that hole.
horrible.
And now my turds and balls are in the hole,
Gross.
and I can feel that my balls are about 6 degrees hotter than outside of the bowl, and I have to literally.
These are things I never think about when I go to the
don't
bathroom.
I don't like peeing on other people's pee.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
like
either.
peeing
I don't
on your pee.
no.
She'll pee and then she won't flush, and like, I'll go in there to pee, and I swear to God, as soon as my pee touches
This is
her
like-
pee, I can smell her pee.
This is like if we're going
I can
somewhere
smell your
and I'm
pee.
peeing real quick, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta pee too," and I'm like, "Okay, well, to speed it up, do you just want to like run in here and pee?"
No, I don't like. When I pee on your pee, it activates your pee, and your pee
Yeah.
raises up.
Oh
I
my
don't want to
God.
smell
Josh
your pee.
Groban,
Yeah,
and I
close
can
the
smell
lid.
it.
You got to close the lid and flush it.
Thank
and
you.
then when it's done filling the bowl back up, I will come in and take care of
I
it.
mean the tank better cut off.
Yeah, no, the tank needs to cut off.
Yeah, yeah. I need
don't
the
wanna be in
water
there
all the way up,
while
and then
the water's
I need
still
to hear
filling.
I need to hear the tank go.
Hold on, is this building swaying?
All right, let's. This one is from Coach Greasers, leaving a voicemail message.
Hey, Dan and Tom. This is Simone, aka Big Ol' Greasers, calling.
Big Greasers.
I'm listening to an ACT where Dan is talking about doing a triathlon, and I know you guys were talking about doing.
Hold on, I'm not interested in that. Tom was talking about whether or not he was bullying his Miami friends, and he was telling them that even walking and riding the bike, and like I'd be shitty in the swim, I would. It'd be terrible. But everything else I could live through fine. He was right. I think I could.
I just wanted Daniel to complete it.
Yeah.
Just so I could bully my Miami friends
For not doing
it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could get through it. Like there's an 80-year-old. We saw the last person finishing. Everybody's leaving. And it's like, it took that person like, what, 4 hours or something?
Oh, it's like 2.5.
No, it was longer than 2.5. But
I don't know. I don't
whatever
know
it
what time
was,
she started
it's like
swimming.
she will get a medal and they're like, you finished it. It's all
It's all the same. Everybody gets
Right.
the same medal. You get the same medal. Let's go with this one.
Did we finish?
Well, yeah. What did Simone even want to say?
Oh no, she was just gonna walk me through doing it, and I just wanted to correct her and say that, like, that was.
yeah.
I think she came in a little bit late, and
Oh, she thought we were serious.
yeah, no. We were just doing a wild, crazy adventure to bully people.
Hi, Tom and Dan. It's Summer. I was just listening to the OG show from this past week, and it just made me wonder, whatever happened to Level 10 Carl?
Do you remember
I miss that guy.
Level 10 Carl?
All right, I'll hang up and listen.
Well, statistical chance he died of alcoholism.
Yeah. I mean, even higher
Who is
statistical.
Level 10 Carl?
He used to call in drunk about during the pandemic. He would call in and leave us a lot of drunk messages. Even more statistically, he might have DUI or like.
Actually, I think really he's still level 10. Like it takes a
Maybe
while.
he got it together and then he just decided you guys are a part of his
That
past
doesn't
and
happen.
he's moving on.
That does not happen. Trust
Yeah.
me. I've been around enough of these radio people and podcasting people I feel like, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that like I feel like that's a huge slice of humanity, right? Where there's like real people in that slice of humanity that you and I have been a part of, and we're with these people like for 30 years, let's say, right? And very few of them ever change and get their shit together. But most of them ride it to hell. But Carl's in hell right now.
You know,
he's taking the night train.
He's probably
taking
fine.
the night train.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day.
Too drunk to call in.
Because you know how, like, if you're in Scared Straight or whatever, like the gang members will say, like, listen, if you continue on this path, you're gonna either be in jail or be dead. And then
Now
those
put the sugar on your lips, motherfucker.
That's the only two destinations of this path. And I'm like, well, that can't be.
You see when he coughed right there? Put that on your booty hole, motherfucker.
It's not 50% jail, 50% dead. There's
There's other things in there.
A huge.
He could be just working at GameStop, slightly sober.
yeah, I think the jail and the dead is actually the smaller percent of the overall. There's a lot of other things, probably just hanging out.
I don't think
still doing the same thing.
I don't think he got it together. If I had to guess, it got worse, and he drinks so much now he doesn't even have time for podcasts. That's what I think.
It could just be the same. He's like a shit. You can get shit-faced drunk every night for.
What if he calls in?
25 years or more.
What if he might call in? What if he hears it? He's like, I just think you guys want to hear from me anymore.
Yeah. But I think.
Well, I hope he got sober.
Yeah, I hope
and
he
is
did
doing
too.
well.
He maybe did, but
Yeah. He's probably the same.
I think everybody should get sober.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. It's
I think
poison.
we should do away with
about
alcohol.
We talk about it all the time. It is poison.
It doesn't do anything good for anybody.
No, it does not.
Well, then you think, like, man, I just want to have some fun.
Yeah. The idea of it being taken away. Yeah.
And then I'm guys, I can't.
I don't need guns either, but if you try to take them, I'm fucking killing you.
I'm not saying we should take it away. I just think,
you should stop.
we should all just agree it's bad, like we did with cigarettes.
Macy asked me yesterday, she goes, why don't they just ban cigarettes?
Oh my God, Obama!
She's such a nerd, dude. I'm telling
you. Kids do say things like that
because we're walking.
They're like, if it's bad
Does
for
she
you.
know
And
America?
She doesn't know I vape.
smoking.
I'll tell you that right now. Or maybe she does, but I don't think she knows I vape. I don't think she knows
It's daddy's medicine.
Yeah.
In that little thing.
No,
But
she doesn't even know that. We can talk about that. We have never addressed that.
Vaping?
She sees it right there. It'll just be sitting there. My vape will just be sitting there. We'll never talk about it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It'll fall out of my pocket. She'll pick it up and hand it to me. I'll be, thank you. And we've never said one fucking word about it. Not even one.
But we were
I like
walking,
that.
and I think she was like a French woman, and she was just smoking like out in the open, and she like basically blew it in Maisie's face.
Oh,
and
that's
Maisie was
fancy.
like, ah! And she's like, why don't they just ban it if it's so bad?
Oh no!
It's
But that's anti-American in my book.
The kids
I'll
say
shut that
things
down.
like that.
Not
too.
in my house. I'll shut
She
that
hasn't
down.
said that about alcohol, but she said that.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Next time she comes in to work, I'll be smoking.
Yeah, do that for me.
It's like, hey, you want just a tiny puff?
Yeah, do
It
it.
makes you feel lightheaded for a
Hey, give her
second.
some of your Adderall too. That'll get her moving faster.
I'll just give her some dust.
Let's try this one. Dan Tom, special guest. If I used a buddy's propane grill and used up the remaining gas from the propane tank, do I owe him gas?
Is it like a rental car?
Are you at his house?
This is a decent question.
No.
Did you borrow it and take it somewhere?
Yeah, no, at his house, everything you use at a buddy's house, you don't.
He doesn't
You don't
say.
pay
Well,
back.
hold on. He doesn't say here. So I would say there's different. If I'm at your house using your gas, I don't owe you gas because you asked me to cook. But if you loan me your little Coleman,
Yep.
and
I
you give
use-
me some
yeah.
twist on gas, I would probably.
You got to pay that gas back.
I would probably buy you some canisters to go back.
Yes.
I think that's the nice thing.
That's
Can I
fair.
tell you something actually? Okay, so we rented an Airbnb last summer at the little island at the Lake George.
Oh, that's
and,
awesome.
They gave us their Blackstone to use with a little green gas tank. And then she asked me to give her $12 for the gas, but like after the fact, she like emailed me like a month later and was like, "Hey, I gave you that gas. You never paid for the gas, and I'd like you to give me $12." And I Venmoed her $12. I thought it was the weirdest thing.
So
And you did?
weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that.
Did you use it?
We used half the gas tank, I guess. But I thought, maybe
Are those even $12?
I
Well, you know.
I thought it was
It's
really
it's also like a rental place. It's
Right, like you put that in your price, lady.
No, it's not $12. It's like she's making Crystal buy a full
Yes,
tank.
I know.
That's what she was buying.
She should have put that in her.
I thought it was odd.
That is
That-
odd.
that
But
is-
but I think that if you, like you said, Daniel, if this guy borrowed his buddy's grill and tank, you got to replace the
Just
tank.
replace
If
it.
you're at his house using his tank, you're not going to give him anything.
Yeah.
Is it when you're randomly yelling out the C word or the N word and you're like, what the hell? That guy is a mental illness.
Yeah.
So they can't help themselves.
Randomly
Like,
asking for
you-
$12?
You used a little bit of gas and she could not accept it. She needed
Yeah.
you to pay for
A
it.
year later.
It did not compute that you got that gas.
You should
see what I'm saying?
email
Like,
her.
couldn't
You
help-
should email
even
her
though-
now, and just to make her crazy. Email her now and say, I've been thinking about it. Can you send me that $12 back? I want my $12 back. Ask for it back.
Yeah, like, you know, that even though this could cause you not to leave a good review or, like, not stay there again because it's a weird
She
review.
did it
That's why
outside of
she
the
did
review
it. That's
time.
why it came so much later. She did it outside of the review window.
And
Yeah,
that's
but
the
you
thing
want
I
the
think
people
about
back.
too.
Weird.
Is the review. Wow, that's really calculated. I do. Yeah, okay. Let's stay on the topic of barbecue. Let's try this one.
Tom, Dan, BDM Kylie. Oh, he's here. BDM Mike's here too. He's just not going to say anything. I'm listening to Monday's episode of ACT, the Baldwin Diddy one, and the dude just called in about Mission Barbecue. His voice, one, he talked slow as shit. He needed to get to the point. That was annoying. Two, there is no rule or law saying you have to stand for the national anthem. So who cares? Stare at me awkwardly. I don't have to stand. I came to eat. I didn't come to stand. What? That's
I
stupid.
completely disagree with you.
Wow. Couple of
Even though
non-patriots calling our show.
I liked you getting to the point, though.
Do you know the thing at Mission
I
Barbecue?
don't know anything about this.
Andrea and I have actually been there when they do this.
We didn't know.
If they open Mission Barbecue and you're there early, I believe it's at noon.
I think.
They will play the national anthem, and we were in there when it played. And normally there are, and it's very military, it's pro-military, and it's kind of military themed and maybe owned by military. And there are normally
Do they have
former
a mission complete sign when you pick your order up?
No, but that's good. I bet you they would do that. But there's former military in there, and then there's like first responders and patches and military stuff all on the walls, and they celebrate all armed forces. Some of the old men that are in there will stare at you, and they kind of do expect you to take your hat off and stand up during the national anthem, and then you can sit back down and eat your food. And I said on that particular show, just try to be, because I do try to be respectful. I don't want to cause a scene in there, and I'm not trying to protest. I'm not trying to say I'm just here to eat and make these old men. I'm just trying to get my barbecue and get the hell out, which is probably why my honest answer is I'll just avoid the place because they do that, because I don't want to get in a sticky situation.
When you take your wife to Secret's Hideaway, you have to let someone suck her tits. Why the hell are you there? You sit on there, you're offended. You're like, how
Well, a lot
dare
of people
you?
don't know.
Huh?
See, a lot of people wander in, and that's what I've been told. And we did. We
Yeah.
didn't know. Like the first time we went, I just saw a barbecue restaurant. I'm like, I love barbecue. Let's get barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, but
So
you're like, what mission are they on there? You gotta know the mission.
But you do, and it comes and it's big. It's
yeah,
a big.
it's a big
Where is
production.
this place?
There's one in Oviedo. There's
It's
tons.
a chain. They're everywhere.
Okay,
but you
yeah.
go in, and when they play it, they don't just. It's not just like they're playing it on somebody's phone. It comes through the fucking rafters.
Yeah.
It's like you're at a Disney queue for a ride, and they're playing like.
it's their theme.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
play like the preamble. It's like that, like fucking Abraham Lincoln's coming out of the kitchen
You
and gonna
know,
talk to you.
I would stand. I always stand.
Is it pandering? Absolutely, it is.
But that's the theme.
But I don't want to
I get you.
I don't want to participate in your show. That's how I feel.
I got you.
But I always would stand for the national anthem,
Me
and I
too.
would require
That's
that
where
my
I'm
kids
at.
You're there
also
for the
do.
show.
No, that's me. I take my hat
But
off
I
and
don't
I'm
want to
respectful.
participate in the show.
Correct.
Is it-
I'm there. I will take my hat off and stand. But this feels like you are. This is a performative act that you're doing. I don't want to be
Every
a part
day.
of it. I
Right.
don't want to be a part of it.
It's like
Are we really honoring the flag
When-
and our nation?
And then we
or
get
are we
gluttonous.
just doing this thing and this is how people like it? They come, they buy our barbecue.
Well, it depends on who you
It's
ask.
all part of the
It
theme.
depends
You
on
see
who
what
you
I'm saying? Me and Tommy love a good theme. That's why he's a ranch king. He's stick with it, even though he doesn't even like ranch. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like the
Quit
theme.
telling people that. You keep giving up his
Anyway.
gimmick.
So
He's so mad that TC says that. He doesn't even like ranch that much. He's like,
Oh, he gets mad. He's like, oh.
Yes, because that's his thing.
He's
You
like, keep
can't
it under your
say
hat. It's like me telling people. he's
Drunky
like,
the bear doesn't really drink.
Yeah, he doesn't
What
like
the hell?
Yeah, I mean, Drunky the bear never did cocaine. What the fuck?
You can't tell people that you and I get along great and love each other and have great sex every day. They don't want to hear that.
Is that true?
They don't want to hear that.
Why?
All right, you want to do one more?
Well,
okay.
So
continue.
Back to participating in the restaurant you're at. Crystal took me to this restaurant in near Times Square, where like the people that may work at Broadway it's called Ellen's Diner.
Starlight.
And then it's like
this is where they sing and stuff.
they
right?
sing the whole time. So it's like I'm not even sure if they're like even were on Broadway or could be, but anyway, they're all
aspiring.
They're all great singers and performers, and they're waitresses, and then they perform every like 10 minutes. So
every minute.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Every minute.
It's the constant. It's constant.
yeah,
Somebody finishes, the next one starts.
And then so they're constantly performing. So it's like me going there, and if they like they're because they walk around the tables and stuff, and then if, like I was prepared for them to like put the microphone.
They're like, this guy's got the goods.
Were you freaking out there? Like if they ask you for
I'm
any,
just prepared. I just
prepared for what?
Googling lyrics or something?
What were you gonna go?
Like the most awkward thing to me is when someone does that thing where like a performer brings someone up on stage and then they ask them, they hey, let's make fun of this guy.
Hey, where you from?
And make him do something.
Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, make them dance.
Top
silly. The
You're
audience.
back into like predicting the future.
But
do you realize that while that person's walking around, he's sitting with his family on stage. He's in his mind. He's
I don't
on
want
stage.
to. But if I just say
I don't know.
no,
I would make the argument that you do want to because who would then know? Only a person that wants to be on stage would prepare, would pre-prepare.
Yeah, no, but I'm prepared.
He's preparing not to be embarrassed, I think.
Well, also because some people are just like, no, I'm not doing it.
Why can't you just be there like and just be disconnected and just be like, hi, I'm here enjoying the show? Why do you have to be either or?
Well, if they bring you up and they're like, hey, start singing, since I was afraid, I was testified.
Since I was afraid, I was testified. Can you sing Gloria Gaynor? You there, testified. Can you sing Gloria Gaynor? I will.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? They ask you there and put it in their face.
Since I was afraid, I was testified.
You know that's like
Tori's testifying against.
Good friend.
Since I was afraid, I was testified.
You know what I'm saying? You just you can't screw it up, or
you could screw it up.
Oh, you can screw it up, but then
that's
everybody
what
laughs.
the best, yeah.
But they're not gonna be like, boo.
But you can't just say nothing.
It's so cute. No, it's scary. It's scary. I would never want someone to call me up to do anything.
Isn't there like some of those places though that they're like also mean? They're really mean to you, and that's like the performative aspect of it. So like, what?
Oh yeah, like Dick's. There's like Dick's Last Resort.
Yeah.
That's the restaurant they got.
Yeah,
They're
you're like, can I have? They're like, you take what you get, you motherfucker. Like, eat your fucking raw steak. You
but they don't call you
Do
up.
they bring you the order that you ordered though?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
But if
But
you're like,
throw it down.
can I get some ketchup? You're like, I don't know. Can you go in the kitchen and get it yourself? They do stuff like that.
So did they ever?
I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for that.
What is it? What is it?
If I walk in there like, hey, look at this little guy, I'd be like, I'll walk right out. I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out of
So
here.
at
they
Ellen's,
were mean. Yay.
did they ever bring anybody
No,
up?
never. That's not
Okay.
what they
No,
do.
I don't know. I was prepared for it though, and I can't just say like, no.
So
thank
you're
you.
prepared for something that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but you have to be prepared for
Some
that.
people
Just in
scenario.
case they
Isn't-
saw him and
isn't
they're
that
like,
anxiety?
this guy's got the goods.
Isn't that anxiety
That's
worrying about
That's
things that
what
don't
I'm saying.
happen?
Yeah, that's what I
Isn't
think.
that exactly what I have?
I think
You're
it's a
worrying
little
about
bit of
something, and isn't it
I'm not worried,
irrational?
I'm
And it's
prepared.
also irrational, right? It's like not even a thing. It was not even on the card of being a thing that was ever going to happen.
Yeah, but sometimes it does happen where they're like, hey, you.
But at this place, it never happened.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know to research. I prepared in the line when I was sitting there. I was
So-
like, where are we? Oh, they sing. And then I'm like, oh, better
think
be
of a
prepared
song.
for testifying.
You better have your tap shoes on.
Just if they
That
stick
does
a mic
sound
in
like
your face.
anxiety, doesn't it?
It is anxiety. One
Sounds
of those
like-
people around here have microphones. Oh, they might need my comedy. Better think of some jokes.
Never crossed my mind once that anybody would ever look at us.
Yeah, but it's awkward when the person refuses and
He
says,
does this
like,
at
I don't
magic
want to do
shows.
it.
Like, we'll be at a magic show. He's like, what if he calls me up there? Better have a dove in my pocket. What the fuck are you talking about?
So
Crazier than me. I'm just as crazy. I can't go crazier because no one's crazier than me. But you're just as crazy.
Yeah.
Just
In
as
different
fucking
ways.
crazy.
So EJ just said that that Dick's Last Resort is going in at Point Orlando here in Orlando.
Oh, we can go
survive.
Yes. Take the kids. Oh, do you know what? Another
Will
performative
anyone
place.
bet with me, please, that place will be out of business in under 2 years?
I agree with you 100%.
I'll bet
They said,
$5,000.
they said the food is shit. But
it's gone before it goes in.
the other performative place that you'd be very uncomfortable at is the Taverna Opa, where they're throwing napkins, they're dancing
been
on
there.
the table.
But that's
the whole
easier
time.
than Mission Barbecue. Mission Barbecue, they sort of judge. They really did.
Yeah.
When we were there, like it was like, I'll participate to get to my barbecue.
So she's saying if you're sitting down at Mission Barbecue while the national anthem
You're gonna
is
get
playing, and you're eating, people are gonna be like,
they're not gonna like that.
Oh yeah,
They'll start throwing napkins at you.
Oh yeah, I'll flip your table.
Yeah.
I'll throw my shoe at
What are
you.
you trying to do?
Would you do that? Would you do the?
Which I should be not cool with that
I'll
culture,
be in there with
but
my
for some reason, I'll
Colin Kaepernick jersey on.
Would you
It's
do
just
the?
as bad. It's just as bad as enriching uranium for Iran. That's what I say. It's just as bad. It would be
All
just
right.
as bad.
So we should get out of here.
Yep,
because we
yep.
gotta
Hey,
record
Have
a lot
fun
more.
in your shit hut.
I was having fun.
It's going to be awesome. You guys
Yeah.
are going to have a trip of a lifetime. The fact that you get to see your family is just incredible. And the fact that you get photos of your sons with their family in Sweden, who knows? They may end up.
You might have actually.
We
had,
always recreate old photos there. So we have like the ancestral photos, and then
That's
we
cool.
put other people in the places of the ones who've passed on.
Your kids are actually gonna like fit in with their blonde hair.
I
They're
know.
like
Oh, yeah.
so blonde hair and so.
It won't be
white
so
skin.
easy to pick them out in a crowd now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm not. I want to go to a place that we're different, so that everybody's like, "Ooh, they're magic."
Oh, we live
So
in that
wanna,
place.
You want to be a king? I want to visit a village and they'll make me the king. Oh, they got a microphone.
Better prepare.
Better think of a song quick.
Also, if you are looking to buy or sell your house,
Yes.
the Bart Merrick team. Talk to my wife, Crystal.
Do
She will give you exceptional service, and she will overly care, more than I think
Yeah,
other...
you guys are great.
More than is necessary.
I think to myself, I'm like, I bet other realtors don't care as much as this. Like you're worried about it's like midnight. She's like, the house.
That's why she's always on edge.
Yeah.
You're like, you do
Giving her
business way
anxiety.
differently than old Tom. I'm like, oh shit, talk to this client in 2 years.
I'll just pretend like I didn't never talk to him. I just pretend like I sold him a house. If I pretend like I sold him a house, maybe I did.
Every time they pay, I'm like, oh yes.
Oh my god.
I'm joking.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Probably not, right?
No. I'm
Yeah.
good.
All right. Well, I'll see you at the animatronic chicken restaurant.
Yeah.
All right,
In the
guys.
micro wrestling.
We'll see you later.